Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Well, I thought the apartment was pretty cool, too.
That is cool, but let me enjoy the halls.
All right, well, the halls. You ever had the halls to eat for the throat? They're good for the throat.
Ooh, oh, yeah, halls. I've always been a Starburst guy.
I don't know if that helps. That's more of a chewy thing. I think it's just sugar.
Hey, Chewy.
How about the guy, a guy who can do a chewy well? I don't know if I want to hang out with. I like a guy with a bad chewy. I don't want a good chewy.
I got a Yoda.
Let's hear the
This
Yoda.
might end our relationship if it's good.
Oh boy.
Do you like a good Yoda or a bad Yoda?
I'd like to hear the Yoda. I'll decide.
In your opinion, as of now, before you hear it.
I don't mind a solid Yoda, but if you're doing a kick-ass Yoda with the outfit and the paint, we're done. If you got green paint going.
Yoda doesn't paint.
He's got green.
How funny is it here if Yoda is smock and painting?
Oh. I mean, painting your skin green.
Right, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, here it comes. I don't want to lose a relationship here, but...
Here we go.
Yoda, you seek Mark?
Wow.
That's not bad.
That wasn't bad.
And then here's my Chewy. Mark wants a bad Chewy.
I like a bad chew. You do a good chew or on weird terms.
Boy, we went from Larry David in the halls to Chewbacca.
That's what it's all about.
What's up with this horseplay business? Like to actually have a horse.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
Nick DiPaolo owns a horse.
Does he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's just, I mean, his wife, he doesn't ride it or anything. I think it's his wife owns a horse.
Yeah.
But he makes the money, I think, so.
When I fucked that chicken Bonner on the farm, the guy had horses, and it was just they're walking around. I'm like, can I be around this? He's like, yeah. What do you? I was like, it's gonna kick me or bite me. It's a huge animal. It was just weird having him walking around the yard.
Yeah, I like watching Planet Earth and Animal Planet. I don't watch Animal Planet, but I love that movie Planet Earth and a
Great.
documentary, and I like to hike, but I don't want any interaction with an animal.
No.
I rode a camel in Iraq.
Oh, that sounds awful.
That was neat, but that was just like I got to say I did it and
Yeah.
move on with my life.
Right.
Because you want the experience there, but
They're hairy, they're smelly, they're angry.
yeah, and I've dated a few too, by that
Heyo.
definition. But anyways, I don't want animals in my life. We should be, I don't want a horse. Dogs I don't like, the butthole, the teeth.
It's odd, like our whole human existence was getting away from animals, and then it seems like we're bringing them back in voluntarily.
I mean,
you get the rich guy petting the cat or the small dog. You're killing it. You're in a high-rise apartment in Manhattan. You're in a penthouse. Get rid of the dog.
I don't think I know it's Newman's line, but they have no business living amongst us. I don't get it.
I'm with you.
And here's why I don't like it with the dog. You can't communicate with it. Like if a person wants to fight me, I can be like, man, it's a misunderstanding. I didn't fuck her. Please don't hit me.
Right.
But a dog is like, I can't be like, hey, dog.
Right.
He's just going to bite you. And
Yeah.
then people are always like this. Would you have a bad experience with a dog when you were a kid? I'm like, no, but I could foresee one. That's why I'm
Yes.
afraid.
Yes.
I'm afraid of getting shot. I never was shot as a kid.
Right, and if a dog is angry, your only option is to kill it.
Right.
You can't reason with it.
That's what I'm saying. No reason.
Yeah.
But you could, I get like a neck pinch or a tail spin. Or then you people, I'm afraid of dogs, and I'm afraid of people that aren't afraid of dogs.
Oh, yeah.
You see these people, they walk up, they start wrestling with a dog, and they're grabbing it, and they're giving it a noogie, and they're pulling its tail.
Yes.
Like, he's playing. I'm like, is he playing?
I know.
He's biting your forearm, you fucking weirdo.
Right. Or you walk into somebody's house and the dog's leaping on you.
Yes.
Leaping.
I hate a leap.
I hate a leap. I want to just pick it up and throw it in a garbage can and put the lid on it.
I got a voicemail from the unknown number. That's terrifying.
Terrifying.
I gotta sit here for another half hour just terrified.
You got to use it.
It's brutal.
Who do you think it could be? I'm gonna comment play-by-play. Joe looks terrified. He's listening to the email or the voicemail. He looks well, how would you describe that? It looks like he's just taking a giant shit.
I can't hear his name.
Showing teeth, a lot of teeth, squinting. Boy, this can't be good news. Oh, he's turning red.
I know who it is now.
Okay.
I know who
Thank
it is
God.
now. Sorry, I got it figured out. It's a guy from a certain group I belong to.
Ah, the
He's
X-Men.
Which is interesting because it's an anonymous group and he has an anonymous number. He's really taking this thing to another level.
Right.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
This guy's anonymous on the telephone.
Could that be a bit?
Maybe, but you try not to. Some people get upset if you even mention it. I'm gonna get. Someone will tweet at me and be like, "Hey, what happens at a thing stays at a thing."
Joe's in the Avengers.
I'm a comic book character.
Yeah.
Then I order from this one guy. He's like, "Can I help you?" And I go, "Can I just get a cup of?" Listen, you're gonna hate this. He says, "Can I just get a cup of vanilla?" And the guy makes this face. I know it's a podcast. He goes, disappointed face, and he goes, vanilla. He goes, "That's it."
Wow.
And I wanted to snap on this guy, and I think we've talked about it before. Why is everyone so down on vanilla?
Yes.
It's a flavor just like chocolate or strawberry. It's its own flavor.
Yes.
It's very unique. It gets a bad rap.
Yeah, and you sell vanilla.
Yes.
You own the shit that you're complaining about.
I don't get, and this is one of my biggest pet peeves in history. People's concerned with what I'm eating or consuming. I don't get it.
Interesting.
That's what I want. It's what I like. I get this all the time with cheese pizza. You just want cheese.
Right.
I enjoy that.
Yes.
What difference does it make to you what I want?
Yeah, it's going in my ass, not yours.
So it comes out the ass.
Sorry.
It goes in the mouth first.
Well, it depends on the holiday.
Again. So I go, I get the just vanilla, and I wanted to punch this guy in the fucking face.
Yeah, just vanilla.
It's not your job to question, and the vanilla's delicious.
You wouldn't say that about chocolate.
No, he wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Which is just as plain. They're both flavors.
Exactly. Or strawberry, or
Sure.
banana,
Banana.
peach.
Huckleberry.
So then he gives me the ice cream. Get this, Marcus. No spoon.
What?
No spoon. The spoons they have. This is Brooklyn. This is that Brooklyn hip bullshit.
Yeah.
The spoons, they're at the register, which I don't even understand. And there's a line to pay.
Yeah.
So I can't eat while I'm waiting in line.
Oh.
I'm in line to get a spoon. And so I'm like, "Excuse me, can I get a spoon?" And they're like, "There's a line." I'm
Yeah.
like, "I know, but I'm not trying to pay. You can stand. I just need to. My ice cream is melting. It's August."
Yes.
So Greg Stone and I had a long car ride, and we were doing the thing where you kind of start going, would you rather this or would you rather that?
Of
if you had
course.
Here's the one I had, and I think this one is pretty good, and I'd like to hear your opinion, and maybe I can get our producer's opinion.
This is, by the way, one of the great male pastimes in
For sure.
America. This is not a female thing.
It went on for about 9 days. We just went straight, just going with them.
Wow, all right, great.
Here's mine.
Please.
Would you have the ability, your own cum, you can cum into your hand,
I can do that.
taking a load of your own cum in your hand, you got to run up and just whip it in a woman's face.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
But after you do that, a magical briefcase appears with $800,000 in it for her. You can give it right to her.
Okay.
How often are you doing it?
Jeez. What's my limit?
You can, as much as you can come. So 11 times a day.
I would do it a lot, I think. I don't know.
But you got to imagine the woman's getting whipped in the face. She's humiliated. It's rapey.
But
But you can change her life.
You can change your life. The 800 bones right there.
800 grand.
800 grand.
800 bones. I don't think it's a good deal.
No, 800 grand. That's amazing. And also, you could probably get good enough at it where you could work a way to get some of the money back.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mark. That's
What?
terrible.
What? No, I'm just saying, like, hey, here's 800 grand. Can I have $100? Now you got $100
okay.
for jerking off.
Yeah, that's not bad, but you got to whip it. It can't be like a cream moisturizer situation. You got to fucking fire it in there.
I prefer to whip. Bring on the whipping.
So what are you thinking? Every day, every time you masturbate, you saving it for somebody, or
Nah, I probably do like one a week.
now? What about your tu madre? I'm sure she could use a couple bucks.
My mom?
Yeah, she
Nah.
could use a buck or two. You gonna whip her in the face?
I'm not gonna whip mom.
No,
No,
Mom.
mom. I'm not gonna give her the old spider web.
You got a sister?
No, I wish.
Because I think my first order of business would have to be just fucking whip one in my sister's eye, get her, pay for the house.
Help her out.
Yes.
Here, this is for your children. Boom.
Because you have to explain, but some girls would be outraged.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think there's an amount of money.
Right.
They'd be like, you motherfucker.
Well, do they see you jerking? Because how do they
no,
know
you
it's
just
jizz?
show up. It's got to be a surprise.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't go,
totally.
hey, I'm going to give you 800. It's got to be, they have to be just blown away by this. They're
Yeah.
walking down the street. They have a briefcase on their own.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they just got soup, whatever it is.
I feel like you should get more points if you get it in the mouth.
Or
More money.
dollars.
More dollars, yeah.
Maybe you could get $100 back. You tell her you did a carnival trick.
There you go. This would fly in Asia. As a game show, I think, or
Oh.
Japan.
It's a big budget. I mean, 800 grand is that's nothing to sneeze at or come at.
That's a good point, but I think we can get some real big sponsors here. Kleenex.
But but you'd do it. You'd be okay with it.
I would do it, yeah. I think with that 800 grand, you're helping people at the end of the day.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be like, I'm so sorry. I love you.
Yeah.
I just had to do this, but I
had to
wouldn't be
do
able to
it.
give you the money otherwise.
I was thinking of you the whole time. I did it for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would be kind of fun. I feel like I'd get nervous. And then sometimes you have to miss, and then you just blew it. You blew
Yeah.
a load.
But I think that's a great little scenario.
That's a good one I came up with.
Yeah.
Stone, his kept involving aliens, and it was too much money a lot of times.
Aliens.
He's like, $5 billion. I'm like, give me realistic, you know?
Well, see, I thought the game was, what would you do, this or do this? You got to pick one.
Well, we had a lot of those
Uh-huh.
too. We mixed them in. Like we had like, would you rather fly or breathe underwater? That horse shit.
That's
but,
hack.
but I like to whip the cum in the face for 800 grand.
Now that's original.
Now let me ask you this: say I lifted the gender bias, and we can do it to men or women. Would you like a big pile of cum whipped in your face for 800 grand?
Of course.
Yeah, I think I would. I'd take it for $850.
Dollars?
Yeah,
Yeah,
$850.
I would too. Just give me a burrito. I'm in. You can do a lot of things to me. Like, nothing's going inside me. Fucking skin. I can wipe it right off.
Well, it might get in your eye, and
yeah.
it's gonna stick because it's blunt force too. They
Sure.
gotta really swing it in there.
You ever gotten cum in your eye?
My eye?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
no.
it's the worst.
Not even close. I think I would see it coming.
Hey!
That wasn't.
Oh. Well, you got glasses, which helps, but I've come in my own eye.
Usually, most of the time I've came, it was no glasses.
Oh, do you take glasses off to bone?
Yeah, you got it because they start drooping on your thing. It looks like
Ah.
librarian glasses. They start falling.
You don't want to do
Unless-
that push-up on
I
the
need
nose?
like the Chris Sabo strap-on thing.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, Horace Grant.
Yeah. There's not fucking with glasses is not a good look.
No, it's not. I'd like her to wear glasses. I'd be into that.
That I'm cool
Because
with.
it's sexy,
Yeah. I love a lady in glasses.
So, you ever see the porn where they come on the glasses?
Jizzonmyglasses.com.
Really?
That's it. Google that.
I would think
I'm telling you, that's the site.
I would think it'd be a .org.
No, they got that domain. With that big Quinn smile, and I was like, oh, geez, I'm sitting next to Gnome.
Yeah.
and Phil,
Oh boy.
And Phil Hanley, and I was like, hey man, I'm all about squashing now.
You gotta squash.
You gotta squash. I used to just philander and hide and recoil.
Yeah.
Now I'm squashing.
It's important to squash. Good for
Yes.
you to squash.
Squashing and zucchiniing.
Yeah.
So I go, hey, I didn't know we had beef. He goes, ah. He didn't really care. Schumer kind of built it up. He's like, yeah, you just can't. You can't tell me shit like that. It bugged me, and I was like, all right, I'm sorry. And then we had I got a couple laughs out of him, and then he goes, all right, I love you. We're back. I
Yeah.
was like, all right, great.
Very forgiving, thoughtful man.
Yeah.
Just as good as can be as a human.
He did that finger bite thing, you know.
Did you know that? I hope he doesn't get mad at this.
Oh boy.
He bit his finger for so long that it fucked up the nerves, and it would his knee would buckle when he bit. So he started biting another finger.
That's hilarious.
He would bite his finger for so long that it's all connected the body, and his
Wow.
knee started to fucking quiver because he gnawed his finger to where his knee was screwed up.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's commitment.
yeah.
Huh, the body. It's a magical wonderland.
It really is. I mean, cum is just. I love it. It tastes so good. And whoops,
Over ice.
my bad.
I recommend it. She has work at 8 a.m. She's like, I got to be out by 7. I get her a wake-up call, and she's like, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna want to fuck in the morning.
Wow.
And I'm like, ugh.
What?
I don't want to get up at 6. It's like 4:30 in the morning. She's like,
But to get laid, you're getting spoiled. That's all I've ever wanted my whole life. I'd
I
love
know,
to
but
fuck at 7.
I want some sleep.
I'll fuck you at 7.
Sleep.
Boy,
I'm spoiled.
you fuck. It takes 11 minutes. You go back to sleep.
I'm not a good go-back to sleeper. I'm up.
But what about a cum? You cum, you go back to sleep. You
Not
get
for
sleepy.
me.
Isn't it weird that coming can wake you up or put you to bed?
Interesting.
Like in the morning, I need to get out of bed. I got to get my day started. I give it a quick jerk-a-rooney, and I'm like,
Yeah.
now I'm up.
yeah.
And then at night, I'm like, I got to fall asleep. I give it a jerk-a-roo.
Interesting.
I fall asleep.
It's all the mindset.
Yeah, it'll put you to sleep or wake you up.
It's kind of like music. You can go to bed to music, and then you wake up to music at the alarm.
Yes, very similar. Coming is music.
Coming is music. Ooh, that's fucking deep.
That could be a new T-shirt.
Coming is music.
Coming is music.
Yes, it's beautiful.
All right.
I want your music all over me. So
I'll give you a note. G Cliff.
So I just picture some kid going, I'm learning to play music. Ugh. All right. So unbelievable.
But then they have that slave section. Did you check that out? Did you hear about that?
I didn't check out the slave section. Sorry, that wasn't on the agenda or the itinerary.
But there's a big famous thing in Charleston where there's like a big shopping area, like a big touristy shopping. But it used to be the slave block.
Oh,
it's
the
very
auctioning.
famous. Yes, it's very what do you call it? Controversial, I think, because it's not like a monument. It's like a fucking like, hey, this is you go to buy shoes there or whatever.
It's like an H&M.
Yeah, something like that. I think
for slaves.
Yeah. But
Well-
I remember like a horse and buggy there, and they're like, "This is the slave auction area," and we did the wrong reaction. You know how sometimes you say the wrong reaction?
Yeah.
And it was a guy in the horse and buggy. We're in the cab or whatever you call it, the buggy, I guess. And he was like, "Yeah, this is the old slave." And we're like, "Oh, cool, neat." We're
Yeah.
all like, "Oh, wow!" And the guy's like, "Not wow, not neat, you fucking piece of shit." And so, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't."
Yeah.
I wasn't. I'm half. This is when I was hammered.
Right.
I was like, I didn't know what to say. I don't know.
I don't get all that shit. Like, not wow, not neat. Look, it happened. It sucked. I didn't do it. None of us did it. It just happened. Like, I'm not saying move on, but what are we gonna do? Pour a 40 out? What's the hubbub? I mean, I get the hubbub. It was a horrible thing. We all are aware of that. We all know it's a horrifying thing and crazy. Don't laugh. That one looks worse. But you see what I'm saying? Like, are we gonna? If I'm taking a horse and buggy past Auschwitz, I'm gonna go, oh fuck, it's Auschwitz. How about that?
Well, I think that's the point. Is that this horse and buggy ride? But I understand what you said.
Yeah, you get it.
I'm not writing the article. But
I mean, if you go, hey, that's the Great Chicago Fire, I go, oh, look at that.
I'm with you, obviously. I mean, I started the story, but
Yeah.
I think that's what they mean. Like, if you go to fucking Krakow,
Yes.
there's not a guy with a top hat taking you past, whipping a horse, going, "Hey, look at that!" It's
Maybe
like
there
you
should
can't
be.
go buy a pair of socks at fucking, the massacre of fucking whatever.
Toby or whatever the hell. Yeah, I get it.
But Salem, I mean, you go to Salem,
witch.
you can buy a witch hat and fucking hair flowing,
Uh-huh.
and they're boiling women.
Yes.
I mean, they're fucking cutting their heads off and shoving their heads in their twats.
in Boston, they got the Holocaust Museum. It's got steam coming out. I'm like, this is a little much.
The
steam.
It's weird.
The steam is on. What else are you gonna put? A little kismet scent in there?
They're cooking hot dogs down there.
Apparently
Kosher.
Kosher. Yeah, there you go.
But I
Kosher
think that's the
Winnies.
point. You can buy a pair of Nikes and get a fucking moonwalk, whatever.
Moonwalk.
I don't know.
A moon pie?
I meant what do you call it? Moonlit fucking horse. You got me all over the place. I don't know what we're talking.
I get it. Holocaust was awful. The Irish potato famine sucked. They're not selling potato salad outside of that famine spot. Was there a spot for the famine? I don't know. But they're not selling potato chips and Pringles.
You don't make a salad out of potatoes.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. A salad and potatoes, they shouldn't be buddies.
You don't like potato salad?
What are you shitting me?
I
what
love
am I
potato
crazy?
salad.
Well, you're gay and nuts.
Oh, you're the minority here.
Oh,
No pun
potato
intended.
salad. What are you, nuts?
Oh, I love a nice yellow vinegary potato salad. You put a little hot sauce in there.
I'm eating over here.
Woo, that is to die for.
I hear potato salad. I immediately want to leave the house.
Ah, you're crazy.
But anyways, so that was a great night. And speaking of time and all these things, let's talk about Norm Macdonald. We teased him in the last episode.
Oh, yeah. Are we getting too comedy in? Are we getting to it?
No, this is fun.
All right, we're comedians, folks. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, but these people, I think people listening know about Tough Crowd and they know about Schumer, the Apollo. These are interesting things, I think.
Great. I worry about everyone.
Plus, we had some yucks early on with the high heels and the business, the silk shorts.
Great yucks.
Yeah, good yuck.
Love a yuck.
Yucks.
Decent club.
Never worked there.
Really?
But they have a monopoly up there.
We did it. You weren't on the Vancouver show.
Oh, yeah, we did that. But we didn't work there. We
didn't
just happened to
work.
be
We weren't
there or
booked,
whatever.
yeah.
But anyway, so Mark and I, this is now 6 months ago because we kept forgetting to talk about it. But we're at the cellar one night, and who comes in but your hero, one of my favorites,
Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald from Toronto.
That's
Yuck
right.
Yucks.
Yeah.
Home of Yuck Yucks. he comes in, and everyone, there's a buzz on the streets because he was running all over town. He was doing Letterman, his last Letterman. And if you haven't seen that set, folks, check it out.
Yes.
YouTube, Norm Macdonald's final Letterman.
Unbelievable.
Magical. So we're there, and then I get there, and he's sitting over in the... You were there for the first set?
Second. Hey, let me just tease this. Esty texted me the night before. Esty, the booker of the Comedy Cellar, who doesn't talk to anybody, not really a socialite, text me, your favorite comedian, I heard, is coming tomorrow. You should come by. And I was like, favorite comedian? Who does she know is my favorite comedian? I go, who? And she goes, Norm Macdonald. I was like, oh, my God. I couldn't believe she texted me.
Wow. That's unheard of.
Yeah.
There's no precedent for that.
No precedent.
So you told me, like, Norm's going to be at the Cellar tonight. And I was like, I'm going to get down there as soon as I can because I was running around cans. So I'm running down. I run down there, and he's in the restaurant, but he's sitting there with the Letterman producers and a gaggle of people, and he's just kind of over there. He's wearing a hoodie and no makeup. So it's hard to, like, I didn't even recognize the guy.
Yeah.
His face is all pale and patchy, and he's got a hoodie on. And
yeah, he doesn't look great.
He doesn't look great. So anyways, he's sitting over there, and I'm like, I missed the set. Damn, that's a bummer. And I wanted to see him because I met him recently in a whole other business.
Yeah.
And so I had kind of seen him and talked and had some dialogue with him, but I wanted to see him again. And so then I was like, I talked to Val, the manager. I was like, is he going on the second show? And she's like, yes. And I was like, this is great. And then you come over, you come in, and we're hanging out, and then you're chatting with him. I'm on stage.
Yeah.
So he got the old, Val goes over and she goes, you're going after Joe List. And I guess he was like, I know Joe List.
He definitely knew you.
That's exciting. And so Norm Macdonald knows who I am. That's quite a thrill. So I go on and I'm trying to really bring the heat, you know. I want to, because I figure he's going to be waiting in the wings.
Yes.
Hoping to get that compliment.
But
he didn't watch me because luckily I looked back there. He's talking to you. You got to chat up.
Yeah, I didn't mean to dissuade him from you.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's quite a thrill. You get to talk to him.
Yeah, and he had a great story because we were talking about you and we were talking about Last Comic, and he goes, "Oh man, you know what's crazy is I've been shitting on everybody at Last Comic Standing, like on TV. He'd be like, you suck, you need to quit, you're not good." That was his notes as a judge.
Yeah.
And then he said that now those people are opening for him on the road in various cities.
Yeah, you got to bump into these people.
Yeah, and he's like, that's super awkward in the green room. And I'm like, that's hilarious.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's why we got to be careful here on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
But great guy, remembered you, complimented you. I think he gave you a mini hug even.
Yeah, he gave me a little embrace, and he was like, great to see you. And because the guy dabbles in the marijuana game, so you're always afraid he's going to forget.
Right.
These people that do I mean, I'm afraid everyone's going to forget me. I tell you my name when I bump into you.
Right. Who are you?
I said the wrong inflection. I should have said, I tell you my name when I bump into you. For some reason I said, I tell you my name.
Oh, interesting.
That didn't really make sense.
Oh, you're human.
That's like that old Bob Biggerstaff joke. You change the inflection, it changes the meaning.
Oh, that's a good joke.
I was at a restaurant the other day. The waiter puts down our food and goes, enjoy, guys. He goes, what the fuck is in these pancakes? Bob Biggerstaff, Houston, Texas. Check him out. Great comic. Anyways, so I come off, we talk to him. He goes on, and how do you describe that set we saw at the Comedy Cellar?
That set was magic.
Magical. First of all, I love that this happens at the Cellar. All the comics come down and pile in.
Yes.
And there's only a few places. It's a very small club. So there's only a few places you can go. And I love that the club, they recognize how much we love comedy, and a special moment where they go, everything's off limit. Everything's out the door. Cram as many comics as we can in here.
Yeah.
So we got people standing. Phil's on stage. He's behind the piano. We're over there. We're blocking all the fire exits.
Oh, yeah.
Because the staff, they recognize the comedians need to see this. They want to be part of it.
Yes.
So that back hallway is filled. You and I are on each other's shoulders, stuffed in the corner there.
Oh, yeah.
And, boy, he did not. Dan Bulger was there.
Oh, that's right.
He did not disappoint.
No. He brought the heat. He did the Letterman set, and then he did another 20 after that.
Yeah, he did about a half hour and just... Gold. I mean, just mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
And you and I were next to each other. We're punching each other, just crying, laughing.
Yes.
He's killing. I mean, it was magical. It was like a great moment I was proud to be part of. There's nothing funner or more exciting than when a comic is killing and you look around and there's 20 comics all dying.
Yes.
And everyone has that eye contact of like, this is special.
Yes.
And the fact that he's prepping for his last Letterman, one of the last Lettermans ever.
Right.
And we're all just, you see Hanley's over there, Bulger, you, me, Vecchio. Everyone's going, look at this. Wow, what a moment.
Oh, yeah. And Norm is not, he's not a frequent guest. This is a really, just having him there would be special, but to have him there doing the last Letterman.
Right.
It's all of lightning is striking 1,000 1,000 times. It's like your iPhone, the weather app.
Yes.
A lot of lightning.
I mean, the Cellar is it's always exciting to see Rock and Louie and Romano, but those guys are there all the time.
Right.
So Norm is very rare. I mean,
yeah.
It's a rare sighting, a rare bird, and he killed. And then he did this long, filthy bit, and then he goes, I hope Letterman likes this, and that got like a huge laugh.
Right,
and then he had no idea what he was doing. He kept asking the producers, what's the next joke?
Right, classic
And
Norm.
it was amazing, and so that was special. And then the next night, he does the show, it airs, and what a set.
And we were part of it. We got to see it in the making and the works and behind the scenes. It was really, that's why the Cellar is so special. It's a great club, best club in the city, but it's moments like that. You don't see those moments at Comic Strip Live.
Yeah.
I mean, Stand Up New York's a great club.
That 78th and Broadway, come by. Come. We should get some ticket specials here.
Yeah.
'Cause this club is great
nice.
also.
Mention Tuesdays. They'll give you a free cup of water.
Yes, they will. With ice.
But here's the other thing that we almost didn't mention. I had to go on after Norm.
Oh, wow.
I had to follow him, and obviously he's a huge influence. You can hear it in my act. And so I went up there, and I was just like, Norm did a half hour. Everybody gets up to pee. Then I go up, and I'm just like, hey, not famous. I kind of sound like that guy. He was like my hero, and
Right.
it was super awkward. I had to like change my voice up a little bit because I sound like him.
You're up there. These motherfuckers be crazy.
And I was like, hey, ching chong, hi.
Hey,
Oh,
that's insensitive,
sorry.
Mark. Careful.
Come on, I was doing a British folk.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
We're in trouble.
Jamaica man.
Phones are lighting up.
Rasta. But yeah,
Rastacola.
that night was lunch. The whole thing was great. And yeah, we get to see it in the making, folks.
Magical night.
And then he cried on Letterman, and Letterman didn't even hug him.
Yeah, he didn't like that no hug.
No. Give the man a hug. Yeah, so I like this dame. I like her. We get a lot. We're laying up and we bang all night. Then we lay in bed and giggle all night.
That's great.
It's beautiful.
Why don't you quit with the other squishes?
I got a problem, son.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I like a
I'm not
good
your son.
squish. I like a good squoosh, and I like a good squash.
Never had a squash.
It's good. It's good on salad.
That's an asshole that's been spit on, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
I just made that up. It started, folks. Hashtag squash.
Urban Dictionary. Put it in.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, not only, you want to bang all these bras. Every other girl I'm with, I'm like, how do I get to the sex quick? How do I get to the sex immediately? Everything else is just in the way.
Yep.
So, I call her up and I go, hey, let's spend the day together. It was like a Saturday. And she was like, great. Guess what we do?
Oh, let me guess. I want to take a couple.
Please.
Can I get three? How many do I get?
Get 3 guesses.
3 guesses? All right, I'm going to say picked flowers.
That is a big fat no. Good Lord, I'm not, this is in the 1880s. There's things to do out there.
Also, it's a little early in the season for that.
Uh-huh.
Also, from the city, I don't know how legal that is.
Yeah, you'd have to steal them from a bodega.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's out. So, okay, now you have to make fun of me here, but
Well,
all right. Guess what you do? Oh, you went to a 3D motion picture.
interesting. No, I thought about a movie, but I wanted to hang with her more.
I got it. I think I got it.
All right.
I'm gonna do that thing where you put a couple guesses into one.
Oh, that'll cheat.
Chelsea Piers. I'm thinking bowling, batting cage, skee ball, something in that kind of area. Some kind of gay, fake, competitive.
I like
activity.
it. I like
Chelsea
it.
Piers, huh?
That's a great date.
Yeah.
A little pricey. Great date.
Well, I forgot who I was talking to.
Uh-huh. Well, I've been splurging on this whore.
Oh,
but,
really?
Oh, yeah.
That's hard to believe. I'll believe it. Send me some W-2s if you don't mind.
I'll send you a W-9.
Yeah.
And a bank statement.
I've never seen you spurge before.
I am splurging.
That hoodie is the most expensive thing you've ever purchased. I can tell you that right
This
now.
was a gift.
All right, well, hit me with it.
All right, we went to the Bronx Zoo.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Get out of here.
I swear to God, if I had 8 guesses, that would have been the 6th.
God amongst Jews.
Oh, boy.
So we go to the zoo, and the cool thing about liking a person is everything. As long as you're together, everything's fun.
Yes,
you
you're
gotta-
my home.
The train is the fucking worst to get up to the Bronx. It's 8 transfers. It's 38 stops. But we did it, and that part was fun. You get to make fun of the Puerto Ricans and high five and look around and get a corn on a stick. It was good.
Corn on a stick on the train?
Yeah, up there, it's crazy up there. It's lawless. They got guys with grills out on the subway platform just cooking corn.
Oh, I've seen that. They got them on the side of the highway, too.
Yeah.
It's just chain link fences and hot dogs.
Oh, yeah. Saw a dead guy. So we go up to the Bronx. Worst zoo in America, by the way.
What?
Horrible zoo. Have you been?
It's legendary.
Oh, it's legendary for the shit.
Oh, no kidding.
It's so bad.
I've never been. I try to not go to zoos.
I should
and
also
the
point
Bronx.
out it's winter, so maybe a lot of animals were not out.
Oh, I see.
I feel like
Hibernating.
you should get a discount for that, by the way.
Yes.
The no animal. They should go. Hey, by the way, I should let you know the lion is frozen, so you're not going to see it. You know,
Right. Great.
something.
Great movie.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought the lion was frozen. Was like, oh, it's the lion in winter.
Is that a movie?
That's a play.
Oh, no kidding. Well, look at you.
I like a little theater.
Me too, but not that much.
All right. So we go up there, and we're making. Hey, look at that gorilla. Hey, look at that
Jesus Christ.
penguin.
You
Hey,
can't say that.
look at that pterodactyl, whatever they have up there.
Oh, this is in the zoo, you're saying?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I got
yes.
you.
Well, that joke was made about 38 times on the
Uh-huh.
walk to the zoo. How about this?
You're making that joke.
Well, I got a lot of time to kill.
That's a good wavelength you got there.
Great length.
Yeah.
You got to meet this broad.
I'd love to. You hide your women in the booths.
Well, I'm scared of women.
You're very peculiar.
Well,
You get a date, I go, hey, and you sneak out the back. It hurts my feelings, to be perfectly frank.
well, to be honest, I'm worried about what you'll think of her. I want you to
What?
like her.
I loved the one girl, and you took off. She never came back.
I thought you
Peggy.
hated her.
Peggy.
Oh, Peggy.
Peggy, I was
God.
all about.
Everybody, why'd you like Peggy?
She was sweet. She was the only one I ever spent time with. She was fun. She was sweet.
All right. I just assume I'll go, hey, this is my new squeeze, and you'll go, oh, nice, and you'll walk away going, yikes.
What's the precedent there?
I have no. I'm worried. I'm worried.
There's no precedent.
If you met my parents, I'd be freaking out the whole time too.
Well, I don't want to meet them. They seem off-putting.
Oh, not a good group. So we go to the Bronx Zoo. We have a great time, and I'm dropping dimes, baby. I'm like, you want a cupcake? You want a frozen ice cream bar? What are you into? We're walking around with water. I got stuffed animals and 3 bags in my hand.
Now that I believe that you're spending dimes. That's viable.
Well, you add them up, they equal something. So yeah, we had a great time. And how about on the walk to this, like a 3-block walk from the train stop to the zoo entrance? 3 guys drive by. We're waiting at a light to cross. It was like a boulevard. 3 guys drive by on ATVs.
ATVs.
Wheeling the whole time, just wah on the back 2 wheels.
Wow, that is lawless.
It's anarchy up there.
I mean, I haven't seen an ATV since 1976.
Oh yeah, back of it, and a guy kid on the back holding a flag. Woo!
Jesus, like
it was,
ISIS.
It was insane. Yes,
A city ATV.
I know. You can do whatever you want up there.
Was it an HD TV? Hi,
Uh-huh.
folks. How
There
you
you
doing,
go.
folks? Write in Tuesdayswithstories@gmail.
It's also funny because as you're on the train, you start to notice you're the only white people, and you can tell everybody's going. They're going to the zoo.
Oh, yeah.
Zoo people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of fun. The zoo is cool. Most of the animals were out due to weather because it's freezing. But we had some great moments. We made out in the bug room.
The bug room.
What do you call that? Like the science room. And there's beetles. It's darker in there. It smells weird.
Oh, fun.
You never been to a zoo?
I've been to a zoo or two, but
right.
I'm not a zoo guy. I feel bad. The animals are caged. They're just standing there.
Exactly. As an adult, you're just going, that panda was shipped here, FedEx, you start to think of how sad it is.
Yeah, I'm not into a zoo situation. I don't care for an aquarium either.
So we went back to her place. We banged. Then the next day, we went to the Holocaust Museum.
Uh-oh. What
Yeah.
are you doing there?
I love the Holocaust.
In D.C.?
No, there's one in Battery Park.
We have one here. Battery Park.
Yeah, $50.
What? In the park?
Battery Park's $50. Yeah, it's beautiful. You should go. It's huge.
Oh. Wow, I'll check it out.
Check it out.
No kidding.
It's $20. You show some kind of Jew card, you get in for. They actually charge you more.
What's she, a Jew?
No, we just both love Jews.
Oh,
Wavelength,
wow.
baby.
Wow.
It's crazy how wavelength we are.
So you're on a date at the Holocaust Museum.
Hottest date I've ever been on.
Wow.
We've almost fucked in Auschwitz.
What did that all cost you?
Hey!
Hi, folks. Keep it real.
Good to have you back.
Take care. Comb your hair.
Uh-huh. But yeah, it was great. We had a great. We learned a lot. How about this? I took a photo. I want to show you later. There's a shot, old shot of the 40s. The Jews are building a wall, and it goes, Hitler made the Jews build a wall and made them pay for it.
Oh, wow.
It's wild. It's right out of Trump's book.
Trumpy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But, yeah, we went at it hard, and one of the it was like the Seinfeld thing. You made out of Schindler's List?
Wow.
Like, people are crying, and we're just going at it, like, tongues out. I had my hand on her ass. She's got those leather pants on. I love those leather pants.
Leather pants at a Holocaust Museum.
Yeah.
Boy, that's an odd... I wouldn't be on that wavelength.
I mean,
You go to the Holocaust Museum, she shows up dressed as Jim Morrison?
Well, she slept at my house.
All right.
I wasn't going to send her on home packing and say, hey, change those pants, bitch.
You stop at a pants store. It's completely inappropriate.
That's a big stop. Pants store.
Jesus. Leather pants. What are we talking, heels?
No heels.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear.
I don't know if she's into the heels.
I picture her in a tube top as well, and like she's like, we want to see the Jews. She's blowing bubbles with her gum or whatever.
Right. It wasn't Sandy from the end of Grease. Although that's a hot look, by the way.
It is. I want her to make me eat my own cum. That's Sandy. I wanted to kick me around, step on my balls a little bit, you know?
Oh, boy.
And I'm just like, you're the one that I want, you know? She's crushing my tits.
Yeah.
Wow. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Sandy.
So, yeah, we got pretty wet and wild. At one point, I was inside of her at the Holocaust.
No, come on.
A finger.
Get out of here.
A finger.
Between this and the Ritter, we're going to be shut down here.
Yeah, the Ritter people are coming at us. I don't know who's worse, the Ritter or the Jews.
I'm thinking of kicking the door and take us out.
Oh, yeah. Three's company.
Oh, word. My ass.
Yeah. Two's a crowd.
You fingered a girl at a Holocaust museum.
Yeah, and I had to go like, all right, Sister Hazel, this is getting bananas.
What section are you in? Where are you at?
I think we were in Dracow at that point.
Oh my God.
No, I think we were in the trains or something. Something was going on.
Jesus. Well, I'm going to go check it out and sniff around down there.
Check it, yeah. Give it a sniff some of the seats. It's a walking tour, so I had to walk and finger. It wasn't easy.
Gee, you break your finger that way.
Tell me about it. I got a splint.
Let me ask you this: You ever be inside of a dame, a squish,
yeah,
and the girl's got a bit of a cough? You know where I'm going with this?
And it breaks your hand?
No, I'm having sex, and a person coughs.
And you lose your ring?
It ejects me. It kicks me out.
Whoa!
The vagina and the cough are connected, and I go like a, and it's just like it shoots my dick out. I'm like, what are you doing? You hit the eject button.
Is that right?
Yeah, because it's got the esophagus is attached to the kegel, I think.
Whoa!
I think it's all one pipe or something.
I didn't hear that in the song. The next bone attached to the wishbone.
I never heard that song.
Attached to the... You never heard that song?
I've only heard people quote the song. I never actually heard it. I never heard it on like FM radio.
I guess I haven't heard it either.
It's made up.
It's kind of like that song, Great Green Gobs of Greasy Grimy Gopher Guts, Mutilated Monkey Meat, Itsy Bitsy Birdie Feet, and me without my spoon.
Yeah, it's not a real thing.
I think these are folklore, or whatever, colloquialisms, or whatever that is.
There's folk songs and there's folklore. This is somewhere in between.
This is folk sore.
Yeah, I guess so. I've had one of those in my balls before.
He's got a few folk sores.
I fucked a girl at Joan Baez, and it wasn't good. It was a Baez hazard.
Oh, I see. All right.
Well, this is what I wanted to talk about earlier. I started, and then we went back in time. But
yeah,
the other day, leaving the podcast, we talked, we fucked, we ate our Chipotle, we went separate ways.
Yeah, we
I
did.
go over to Duane Reade to get my Rolling Stone magazine and maybe some chewing gum. Mm-hmm. And I go up the escalator, the one over here. There's a second floor. I go up the escalator, buy some Claritin and some floss and some AIDS medicine. And I'm coming down the escalator, and I look over, and there's a little nerd with glasses buying some products. And I did a double take. Bob Balaban.
Get the fuck out of town!
I'm staying in town.
It was Dalrymple.
Yes, Russell Dalrymple.
Wow.
So I take the escalator down, and I kind of slowed my pace a little bit. I was walking back, like moonwalking up the escalator to kind of time my thing right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like going up the escalator backwards.
Uh-huh.
And I get down there, and I time my exit, and I say, hey, huge fan of your work. Just a big, big fan.
Wait, are you crossing on the escalators?
No, he's, no, that'd be fun.
Oh, I thought that was how you were planning it.
He's walking out, and I'm getting off the escalator as he's leaving his purchase. So we walk out into the world together, and I don't like to bother, so I say, a huge fan of your work. Tremendous. And he said, oh, thank you. He's really
meek.
He's
yes.
meek. He's meek, and he says, "Oh, thank you very much," meekly. And I say, "No problem, thank you." I said, "Thank you." I touched my chest.
Wow.
Really show some meaning, you know.
Thank you.
I said, "Thank," like a Native American. I bowed. I said, "Thank you," and I touched his ear, and I
you
gave him a blanket.
For movement. He said, "There's a buffalo on the way."
Yeah, and I danced, and
It started raining.
put a feather in his cap, and
Yes.
I walked away, and it was really exciting. Bob Balaban. I mean, that
That's
guy's a
good.
legend.
Yeah.
He was in Midnight Cowboy.
Oh.
His first movie. A lot of people think he's gay. I typed in "is Bob" and it said Balaban gay.
I love when that happens.
Just "is Bob." And they're all about it. But he's
wow, it's pretty quick.
he's married and for 75 years to a woman, I guess. But tremendous performer, comedian, and little guy too. I could have fucked him right there if I wanted to.
Yeah, he's a little Smurf.
He's Smurfy.
He was in the Christopher Guest movies.
Oh yeah,
Seinfeld.
He's amazing. Yeah, he's amazing.
He's great.
Seinfeld, Christopher Guest. He's in some other shit. Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was in one time.
Yeah.
God, he's a legend.
Yeah, he's good.
And then he played the head of NBC twice on Seinfeld and The Late Shift.
Oh wow,
Fascinating. But anyway,
Ripple,
so I met Dalrymple.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty good.
And you chatted.
Balaban. Well, I said I'm a huge fan. He said thank you, and I kept moving. I get the hell out of there because I'm always
Smart.
afraid they're gonna hate me.
They don't want to talk.
No,
and neither do we, folks.
No, I think we put that too much out there.
All
I'm getting people running by, just throwing a Chipotle gift card and sprinting into the woods.
That sounds like heaven.
I'm like, I like a stop and chat, a hello.
Yeah, well, let's keep it, what's the word? Shit.
Rash?
No, we don't want rash. You got enough of those. We want,
oh, boy, I'm covered.
Let's keep it copacetic.
I don't know what that means.
I don't
that sounds
either,
like a
but-
medicine you take for a cough that kicks your dick out of your vagina.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm
You
going to
never
try
had that,
I'm
huh?
going to try that tonight. I'm going to put my dick in a vagina and ask the girl to cough.
Yeah, see if she cough. It's going to be a hearty, like,
All
I've
right.
had a cold. It's going to be like a, ah!
Does she have to turn her head?
No, just a regular cough. I mean,
right.
she should turn her head out of politeness. You don't want someone dame coughing in your eyeball.
That's a good point.
But I don't know, cough. I think it squirts out the vagina.
All right, I'm going to try. I'm going to get a whole game hen up there and see if it shoots across the room.
Don't know what that means, but I like it.
Cornish game hen?
I mean, those are things for sure.
Well,
I don't know
I
what
don't
it has to how it pertains to vaginas kicking out a dick here.
That's the first thing I thought of, and I put it in. I don't know why.
I'm leaving, taking the Long Island Railroad, waiting for the train, and the train going out to Long Island from the city gets off, and a bunch of hooligan knuckleheads get off.
Oh, yeah.
Several races. There's a black guy, there's an Asian guy, and 3 white guys, and they're all shoving each other, arguing. They're like friends, though, I think.
Uh-huh.
They're like, fuck you, They're using the N-word, which is very strange that everyone's just using the N-word
Whitey?
now. The Asian guy, I think the Indian guy, everyone calls each other the N-word. It's very bizarre to me.
It's
I don't
kooky.
care for it.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're all yelling, they're screaming, they're shoving each other, and one of the guys grabs one of the guy's backpacks and he whips it onto the tracks.
Whoa.
And the guy's like, you fucking motherfucker, too far, you fucking piece of shit. And he's like, you're going on the tracks. And he grabs them, and they're wrestling. And this is like 1 a.m. I'm terrified. I'm talking with Robert Kelly at the time on the phone.
Uh-huh.
And they start shoving each other. The guy's like pushing him onto the tracks. And the kid's like, no, oh! Because he's getting thrown on train tracks.
Of course.
And it's like, forget the train. It's like a 7-foot drop.
Right.
You know?
Onto steel.
Steel. Yes.
And wood.
America. There's a little bit of wood. There's rocks. They have the rocks
Yes,
there, the gravelly
the
rocks. All 3 of those are bad to land on.
Uh-huh.
So he's shoving him. The guy's like grabbing the railing. He's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. And they're like,
Right.
fuck you. And he's punching him in the kid. And they fight. I'm like, with Bobby, I'm like, I got to call 911. And Bobby's like, what? And I'm like, I got to call 911. They're throwing a guy in the train tracks. He's like, go, go, go. Bobby loves
Wow.
drama. He's like,
Yeah.
get on the phone. So I hang up and I got 911 dialed. And it kind of cooled off. Because I was getting ready to dial the final one, but it's a whole rigmarole. If you call the
It
police,
really
it's a whole
is.
thing.
It
they come,
is.
you got to do a statement. Your phone is on lockdown for 3
Yeah,
hours.
You can't leave.
Yes. So I was like, I'm waiting, but then I'm like, what if I wait too long and this guy gets thrown in the tracks and dies and they run
Right.
away? But
Black Lives Matter.
yes, I think it was the black guy was throwing the white guy onto the trains.
Oh,
but,
boy.
That's neither here nor there.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, so they ended up, he's like, get the fuck down there, get my fucking bag. And the guy was like, all right, oh God, I'm sorry. So he had to like get down, like he was jumping off a bus in kindergarten. Like he
Right.
dangled his feet and then like fell down.
Yeah.
And then he's like, pull me up, pull me up, pull me up. And like he grabbed the bag and they pulled him up and they all left.
Wow.
But I think someone called the police because like not a half hour, 10 minutes later, like 2 cops showed up.
Uh-huh.
And I thought about being like, are you here for the bag throwing thing?
Yeah.
It was like Seinfeld with the hand washing with Poppy.
Right,
Is that what this
right.
is about? And they didn't give a shit. They were like, "What? Get out of here, you nerd!" Whatever. Then they threw me on the tracks. And,
Right.
But pretty intense.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, I'm going to see a fucking crime here. It's like the Old West where they tie you to the tracks.
Right. Boy, what a way to go, huh? Just seeing that train coming at you.
I always feel like if I wanted to kill myself, I would run head on into an express train.
Ooh, I
That'd
like
be a good
that.
way to just splat everywhere. And then you fuck up everybody's, commute.
But you wear a fun T-shirt, they could read it on the way in. But how about that Kurt Cobain? He laid on the train tracks as a kid, and the train went on the other track.
Oh, the switch track.
Yeah, he switched. He was going to die, but the train just happened to twist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Well,
I think I said this on the pod already, so I don't want to repeat, but if I didn't, I saw a guy, I'll be quick, I saw a guy at West 4th Street, goth guy. He had like the full makeup on, the long hair, the weird goth outfit with black nails and the crazy shoes and a vest. And he was down there just like on the tracks dancing, like gothy weird.
Oh.
And everybody's like, get up, what are you doing? Get up. And he was like, fuck you guys. You guys are all part of the man. I'm living in the real world. Ah. You know,
Oh, my
like
God.
licking his
What?
hands and shit.
He's like Teddy DeChamps.
I guess. Not familiar.
Stand by me.
Oh, yes, exactly. I didn't know his last name. So, yeah, everybody's like, get the fuck up. And eventually people are like jumping down there and like pushing him up. And he's like resisting. And
What?
like three guys, like one guy to hold him still, one guy's like under his ass pushing up, and then two guys on the platform lifted him up. And they got him out of there, and the train whizzed by.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Boy, that's harrowing.
I think he was on like some meth or PCH or anal or whatever.
Wow.
It
Wouldn't
was
you
crazy.
say that's harrowing?
Of course it's heroin.
Yeah, it's pretty harrowing.
Yes, Hera.
Wow.
Wing.
Kurt Cobain was on heroin.
Heroin.
Also harrowing.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with this. I went to Starbucks the other day. Boy, this really chapped my asshole.
Please.
I go to the Starbucks and Union Square right here in New York City, and the gentleman there, and boy, I feel like we got to stop bringing up race. It's very touchy.
No,
but,
it's out there. It's part of the world.
I'm painting a picture. This gentleman was of the African American persuasion,
Aha.
and but just to paint a picture, painting a picture.
Sure, he's been painted by God.
And I am, gee whiz, that was Mark Norman,
Well, I mean, that's
47 9th Street, apartment 6A.
Woo-wee, I'll be out there waiting for you.
Send your complaints and grievances to @MarkNorman.
Also a great album by George Carlin.
Indeed.
But wait, I'm just saying that was a line in Robin Hood, Prince
Oh.
of Thieves.
Oh, is that right?
Why did God paint you? And she was like rubbing the black guy's cheek.
Ah.
Yeah, it was a little kid, and he was like, I don't know.
Oh, so we're just quoting movies here.
Yeah.
That's all.
So, how about this one? I get to Baltimore, which I love. Is that New England? Would you call that New England?
Baltimore?
Yeah.
Is that a joke? There's 7
No.
states in between New England and Baltimore.
Really?
Yeah.
Maryland?
Yeah, Maryland.
All right. Well, it's so close.
Close. What are you talking
It's a
about?
2-hour train ride
What are you talking about? First of all, no, it's not.
from here.
It's 4 hours
That's
from
about
here.
3. I'd say 250.
I think you're incorrect.
Give it a Google. Lips.
From here to Baltimore, maybe 3+.
I'm gonna say 250 on an express Amtrak.
Maybe Express. If you're on the Excella, maybe.
I wasn't on the Acela, but I got there pretty quick.
All right. Well, it's not New England. It's not,
All right.
it's not
What is
close.
New England? Just so I know.
New England is Connecticut,
Okay.
Rhode Island,
Uh-huh.
Massachusetts.
Now we're talking.
Vermont.
Keep 'em coming.
New Hampshire.
Good to have you back.
Maine.
Easy does it.
And
That was 6.
yeah, the 6 states, and Vermont is the only one that doesn't have any coastline.
Uh-huh.
And that's New England. There's,
Vermont.
and then if you head south of New England,
Yeah.
you're gonna bump into New York.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna hit a little bit of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna hit Delaware.
Ooh.
And then and only then do you hit Maryland.
Yikes.
And then you got to go quite a ways through Maryland before you get to Baltimore on.
No New Mexico in there.
Now, New Mexico, that's way out west.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
What do you got on the timeline?
2.5 hours.
From New York to Baltimore.
That's
Yes.
even less.
By
I overshot
train.
it.
By train.
Wow. Well, I
Yeah.
stand corrected there, but I do not stand. I sit incorrected with this New England Baltimore
All right.
nonsense.
I just assume I'm from the South. I assume anything up here is New England.
Yeah, well, that's kooky.
Canada's New England to me. All right, so
Similar.
one time a guy cut my hair. I swear to God, he had Down syndrome. I'm not even kidding. That is not a joke. I was looking at him in the mirror the whole time going, is he retarded?
Was
Is
he
not?
drooling?
A little drooling. Thank God I had the robe on. And he cut my hair. I had like a mullet on one side. The other side I had like a mohawk. It was crazy. And he's like, how's it look? I was like, it looks great. And I went and I drove home and I cried.
Oh, wow.
It was bad. I was like 15.
Yeah, people cry at haircuts. There's a high percentage of haircuts that result in crying.
Because you're stuck with it. That's it.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Especially girls. They have it. Because a guy can always just fucking shave it all off and start from zero.
Right.
But a girl, you're fucking doomed.
Oh, yeah. And you pay the guy, so you feel like it's such an idiot.
Yeah.
I paid for this and I tipped.
But here's the thing. I thought it was sexual because it was a woman. This is as close as I come to getting gay. There's a 60-year-old Russian man brushing my hair. I don't want him to stop. My dick is hard as a rock. I'm drooling.
I mean, it is a pleasant experience. This is why you see those guys in the 50s. They get back in that chair. They got the hot towel. They got the shave. They got the guy with the Frank Sinatra playing. You read a magazine. It's like getting a whore.
It's like Mo Green.
Green.
What's the hot towel all about? I've never had a hot towel in my life.
I'll tell you what it is.
Hit me with it,
They
please.
put the hot towel on your face to open up the pores.
Oh, the pores.
It makes it easier to shave.
My pores are closed.
Oh, you got to open. Those pores should be open for business, baby. Oh, yeah.
Woo.
Good time. I love when they hike you up on that chair. You're going up and up and up.
Oh.
Ooh, and they hit you in the back with that powder. Yeehaw.
We had different experiences.
Oh, yeah.
I got shampooed and I got tits in my face, but no powder, no slapping.
Man tits?
Woman tits, Donna. This guy today. I got one today. I would let a man brush my hair until I came.
Yeah.
I'd spend a day. Brush my hair, rub my foot.
And what's up with that hot shampoo? She's rubbed my head.
Shampoo.
You ever got the hot shampoo and my clit?
That's cum.
What? What are you talking? I get that. You lean your head back and they go, "How's that temperature?" And you go, "Oh, it feels perfect."
Oh yeah, it boils your hair off.
And
for
she's
a moment.
massaging your head. You're like, "Do I have a clit? What's going on?" I'm in my own shower. I'm trying to recreate it. I'm getting nothing. But when she does it, whew.
Imagine a clit in your head.
Oh,
yeah, you
geez.
can't massage it. You can jerk yourself off, thank Christ.
Thank Christ. It doesn't work.
I get my girl to do it. She does it for like 3 strokes. I rub my girl's head for fucking 3 days straight. I don't eat. I got fucking. I'm losing weight because I'm just sitting there scratching her head. Then I'm like, would you mind doing me?
Yeah.
3 scratches, we're out.
Oh, that's a shame.
And then I just. By the way, you scratched my head twice. It looks like a fucking snowstorm hit my shoulder blades.
Tell me about it. It's the climax of It's a Wonderful.
Yeah, I think I nailed it. Anyways, so I fucked her. And then the other karaoke one, I've told this story before, but I don't think on this podcast. This is in Boston, did karaoke. We go back to the hotel room. I'm having sex with this girl, pretty good. I'm on top and stuff. And
Oh,
fucking
boy.
her. And it's going well. She's into it. And then she does something like this. She's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. And starts bawling. And I'm just I'm slowing down my pace, of course, and I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, I'm married.
Oh, boy.
Says she's married, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just sort of like, so what? And she goes, in a crying voice, she goes, you might as well finish.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Sweet girl.
Yes.
And so I was like, all right. So I did like a couple more pumps, but now she's really bawling. And you can tell
Yeah.
she's trying to roll into the fetal position, but I'm on top of her.
Uh-huh.
So she's just like crying, like whimpering and just sobbing. This is another
Oof.
sob story. And so I had to stop. I can't. I'm not into
Wow.
that. It's hard for me to enjoy sex if the girl's sobbing.
You're a human being.
One of those guys.
Yeah.
So then I rolled over, but I was already having sex. I was into it, so I had to finish. So I just started masturbating. She's rolled over in the fetal position. The whole bed is shaking because she's crying, and I had put one of the quarters in the bed. So
Yes.
just shaking, and then I'm masturbating, and I have to like finish masturbating till like the sound of like snot dripping. She's like,
Oh, my God. So you're rock hard.
yeah. So I finish off or whatever, and then I fall asleep. It's like 3 a.m. I'm drunk, and she's drunk, and we fall asleep. I wake up, and the sheets are soaking wet. And I'm like, what? Why is everything soaking wet? What the hell? I roll down the covers, and she's pissing, I assume, a second time.
Uh-huh.
She's in the fetal. It's just squirting out like projectile urinating.
Is that right?
Yeah. Second pee of the night.
Squirting.
Yeah.
Holy
just peeing
moly.
out. She's blackout drunk. We're both blackout drunk. you
Yeah.
know? And so I get up, and I'm like, this is gross. I'm soaked. And I grab my keys and shit, and there was $4 on her desk next to her purse, and I took the $4.
You're damn right you did.
$2 for each time she peed on me.
Yeah.
That's a good rate, I think. $2 a pee.
That's a steal.
Then I left, and then I found out I left my key. I said keys. I left my car keys in the hotel room, so I had to go back to the hotel room, but luckily she had checked out, and they were at the Lost and Found.
Oh, thank God.
So Karaoke lay, and somewhere this woman exists. She was from Indiana. She fucking married chick.
Wow.
And probably she thinks about me every single day.
I bet she does.
Poor gal.
And she's probably, not only did she cheat on the husband, but just you peed on a guy.
Yeah.
That's
she woke
brutal.
up in her own pit. It was like a business trip.
Oh.
And it was all because karaoke.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I'm good at karaoke.
It's the gateway.
Yeah.
Holy, I've peed on a lot of girls in my day, but I was always there to apologize.
Oh, I think you meant you got the thumbs up.
Oh,
They
no.
wanted to-
I've never had the wishful peeing. It was always an accident.
Have you ever had a peed on a girl, had a girl pee on you
Never had.
sexually?
Not on purpose, no.
I had my girlfriend in high school. We were we took showers together, and sometimes not even sexually. We just wanted to conserve water or whatever. We wore bathing trunks or whatever.
that
we were
right?
no,
Oh,
but
jeez.
we would shower together, and she was like, "I gotta pee," and I was like, "Pee on me. I want to see if I'm into
Yeah.
this." And I almost threw up.
Really?
It was like syrupy.
What?
Yeah, it was like a thick pee. It was like it must have been a bad one. Maybe she was in I don't know, something about cycles or
Asparagus,
whatever. I don't know
yeah.
what it was, but it felt warm. It was like hot.
Oh, boy.
And I hated it. I was like, ah! It felt like I got, sand down my pants or something.
I don't think shower pee would bother me.
That's what I thought. But then it
Yeah.
was. So I saw a dentist in Maine.
Wow, Maine dent?
They're known for their dentistry up there.
Okay.
And,
toothpicks. Well, toothpicks.
Yeah. So I go there, and the dentist, swell guy, has a stutter. And I don't want to make fun of a handicap here. I don't want to pander to the right by making fun of handicap people. But you go on there, and he's got a stutter.
That bad, huh?
And it wasn't even a stutter. It was just a delay. It's like he had bad reception.
Oh,
He
interesting.
goes, he'd be like this. You need like that, and it's surgery. So I'm like, surgery, suicide, a
Yeah.
filling. What is it? Like,
Right.
hit me with it. And it's freaking me out because he's got this problem. And then he looks at my my molars there, my wisdom teeth.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, well, you got the teeth coming in. And I go, well, can I wait a few weeks? 'Cause I got a lot of stuff. I'm on vacation. I got this tour. I'm doing the thing. And he goes, well, you can wait. He goes, but well, you basically have an ISIS sleeper cell in your mouth.
Whoa.
And they could declare jihad at any moment.
He said that?
He said that. And I'm like, this is a
Wow.
little inappropriate, no?
I kind of like that.
I like it, but they're out there killing people with trucks. He's comparing my mouth to a terror group. And
I guess so. Yeah, they're going to cut your tongue off.
I pictured him just going, hey, it's going to Holocaust you a lot of money, but we can take care of it.
Hey.
You got a Nazi mouth. We got to blitzkrieg your gums. Shock and awe. Carpet bomb.
Yeah.
It was a little much. Whatever, I'm going to walk to my hotel. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I'm going to walk too, because I like to walk
Sure.
after I eat. But mine's like further away, like a 20-minute walk. So I didn't want to feel like I was trying to sneak off with him. So I just kind of stood there looking at my phone while he walked away.
Yeah.
Even though I'm going the same direction, even though I was going up now.
Yeah.
So I just kind of sat there, and I'm like pretending to look at my phone, till he leaves.
Yeah.
And then I just hear like, Joe. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, what are you doing? He's like, walk me to my hotel. I was like, come on.
Oh, I love it.
So I'm like, all right, great. So I jog over there, and then we're just chatting, and it's so fun because you can see all these people walking by recognizing Louis.
It's amazing.
And I'm just this guy, his buddy.
Yeah, you're the buddy.
I'm the buddy.
What are you guys chatting about?
We start talking politics, and we're in D.C. This is crazy. We're in D.C. We're talking election and Trump and Hillary, and we're Hillary supporters. Maybe a little more begrudgingly so than him.
Uh-huh.
But so we're chatting, and then his hotel's across from the White House.
Oh, boy.
So we're doing a walk and talk like Jenny and Forrest.
Wow.
And we stop in front of the White House. He's like, boy, this is spectacular. And I'm like, it is. And we're sitting there. We're talking politics with this guy who I think is, I think he's a genius. I know
He's
it sounds
brilliant.
silly. I think he's a genius.
I
think
agree.
he's one of the great artists in American history.
And you know him.
And we're chatting and we're talking politics. And at one point, I'm like, the celebrity part is fascinating. I'm like, these people right here are taking pictures. They're at the White House. They have no idea that Louis C.K. is 15 feet behind them.
Right,
How
right.
crazy is that?
Yes.
And he's like, they're probably Dutch. They don't give a shit. And I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So that
Dutch
was
is fun.
amazing. And then we're talking politics. And politics are, we're passionate because Trump, I think, could end the fucking planet, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
So he's getting a little more like, yeah, I just think Hillary. And they start, people are hearing us and they're like, looking, they're like, that's crazy. They're over there. So how crazy for these
wow.
tourists to
Yes.
swing by the White House and they see a fucking A-list celebrity talking
Yes.
politics in front of the White House.
Right.
So that was like a special night. I was like, this is magical.
Yeah.
And then now this is kind of funny. So then he leaves to his hotel. We shake hands. I'm like, all right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh,
at
you shook.
3. We shook.
Interesting.
Yeah. And he walks away, and I go, I'm going to really breathe deep and I'm going to walk slow and enjoy that. I got to be meditative and put this
Yes.
into, what's the word? Consideration?
Consideration?
Put it into perspective.
Spank bank. Oh, yeah.
Put it into perspective, and this is magical.
Yeah.
So I do, and then we're in D.C., so I walk about 2 minutes, and I just hear this guy pops up from behind a bench. Hey, man, help me out. And I'm like, ah. And then, like, a guy swings down from a fucking branch. He's like, ah. And I'm like, ah. And so I'm just freaking out. So all of that just goes out the fucking
Right.
door immediately.
Reality
and I'm
kicks
walking as fast as I can. And because there's homeless, and they're very peaceful. I'm not going to really in
Sure.
trouble, but you never know.
Yeah,
it
you
could
never
be
know.
a psycho. So I'm just tense, like walking as fast as I can. So all I just goes out the window immediately. I'm like, I'll meditate in my room. I got to get home. This is
Yeah.
terrifying. Because it was pretty late.
Go yell at Prince of Thieves.
Yeah. Oh, so I go to Starbucks,
Yeah.
and the gentleman, I say, hey, mind if I get a venti jade citrus mint tea?
Yeah.
And he says, oh, we're out of that. And I said, you're kidding. And then he says, wah.
Whoa.
He said that.
That's a dick
And
move.
he goes, wah. I wanted to grab him by the back of the head and smash his face off the fucking counter.
Yeah.
I hated this man.
You're selling it.
I go, that's a nice way to behave. And he's like, oh, out of tea. I swear to God.
Oh,
wanted to
wow.
fight the guy.
He really got one on you there.
Yeah, and I think what made me so upset is I did want to cry. I felt like
He got
sad.
ya.
It was really a douche move.
And you're ordering a tea.
But I guess it's this thing. That's that white people problem bullshit. Like in his mind, he's like, we're getting shot by the cops, and you don't
right.
get your tea. But I'm like, well, can't we all just put everything to scale here? In this moment, I'm bummed. I wanted this, and I don't have it.
Right, right.
Does it all have to be the grand scheme bullshit?
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you're not mad about this, but you're mad about Cecil the Lion? Well, can't I be mad about 8 things?
Yes,
I can be
gotta-
mad about more than one thing.
I wanted a tea. I'm bummed. It's not a tragedy.
Yeah.
But I don't need some guy mocking me with his
Wow.
wah.
Imagine giving him a wah.
I was like, you should be fired.
Yeah, of course.
You should be fucking fired for that.
Wah.
Wah,
Wow. That
right
is
to my face.
very emasculating.
And I gotta say, I wasn't wearing. I didn't wear. No wear.
How you not a wearer?
No, I'm not a wear.
I don't know you to wear.
I'm wearing right now.
Well, you're
but-
doing a wear.
But comedically, I mean, this is all comedy, baby. I'm over it. But very, very upsetting. I walked around angry for about 11 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, geez, I would have cried right there.
Yeah, not a good person.
Your story has love and fear
I
and
got it
fighting
all.
and booze
I
and
got it
sex
all.
and crying and laughing. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll go. Yours is like an epic.
Well, it's an epic. All right. Well, I'm always afraid that when you have an epic story, sometimes it feels like you're talking too much. So please
I'll
interject
chime.
and throw your penis, come in my hair.
All right, I've only heard snip. I haven't heard all of it, so I'll be chiming.
All right, yeah. Finger my ass if you don't mind.
You got it.
So last week, it all goes back to last week, the Tuesday before Thanks G, and I'm all excited. I've been talking to you about this. I took 4 days off for Thanksgiving: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days and nights. And for about 6 weeks, I'm like, just keep the pedal to the metal until those 4 days. Relax, take a hot bath, have sex with your mother, kiss her nipples.
Yes.
Rub mustaches with my dad. Hug my niece, whatever.
And for the folks who don't know, 4 days as a comic is a big chunk of time off.
Huge chunk.
Yeah.
Big chunk. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we're, laying brick over here.
Yeah, but we work.
But and mentally, you're running around. There's a lot
Right,
of flying, and then you're trying to
right.
come up with a tweet, and then you're rubbing your own
Right.
feet, and the podcast, and the business, and the fans, and
Yeah, sharp soap.
yeah. Oh, I hate that soap.
Ugh, dial.
I bought a 3-pack.
Dial
No,
it back.
Ivory. Dial's the yellow.
Yeah.
Ivory's the sharp.
Ivory, boy, they really picked a good name because it's smart. You look at Ivory, go, ooh, Ivory. This is good stuff.
Yeah, but it's shit stuff.
Shit stuff.
So, anyways,
You gotta hate that lava soap too. What are you doing to be lava?
what's a lava?
You don't know lava? It's that green soap
There's
with
a lamp.
it's chunks of like rock in it.
Oh God, that's for hippies.
Mechanics like it. it gets that grease off.
Oh, well, I'm not a mechanic.
No, you're not.
But I took 4 days off. I'm all excited. Here's the thing. If you listen to the show, you hear my buddy Derek referenced quite a bit.
Oh, your best. I was thinking he should be your best man.
He's my best man. Of course he's my best man.
All right.
He's the only man.
All right, I was hoping you'd fight me on that.
Sorry,
but
buddy.
it's good. You want to go with him because it's not a comedian.
Well, I've known him since 97. We're pretty close.
Right.
And, he's got tits, the whole thing.
Great tits.
So, anyway, he's we bring him up in the show all the time. And he's got a wife that I love. And he's got a daughter that I'm obsessed with. She's my favorite person, second to you.
Oh, wow.
Boy, how did he get to be the best man if you're my favorite person?
Well, if you pick me, then it's like, then you got other comics. Tom Dustin's like, what the fuck? And maybe Sam and maybe, whoever. Canner, yeah.
Plus, we're giving you a microphone at the wedding. That's not a good idea.
No.
Her dad's South African. There'll be a war.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I'm already writing material.
He'll be lifting his kilt and whatever. I think they wear kilts.
In Africa?
Not sure.
All right.
It would be smart. It's very hot from what I
hot.
understand.
Yeah, they got AIDS.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Am I making that up? There's AIDS in Africa.
I had that happen the other day. I was talking to a group, a mixed company, and I said something about, bad living situation in that continent. And then the guy was like, boy, could you be any more sweeping? What's that word?
Sweeping, generalizing?
Generalizing more. I'm like,
broad strokes.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I mean, unless I'm getting bad info, I'm like, is it not safe to say that the majority of people living in Africa are not living in an ideal situation?
Of course.
I mean, from what I understand, there's a lot of no running water. It's hot. There's all kinds of civil wars and genocide, disease. I'm like, I'm not being racist.
No, we are sending sacks of grain over there.
Grain sacks.
Yeah.
I'm watching movies. I'm reading. I mean, I'm getting bad info. If people are just living on their high hogs over there.
I have a theory. If people get offended, that means they know you're right.
Maybe.
That's all that is.
Yeah, grain sacks.
Yes.
So anyways, we got to get to this because it's an epic. It's a humdinger. It's a dinger that can hum.
I hope you folks are on the edge of that chair.
Yeah, get on the edge, stand up, throw the chair out the window.
Yes.
Bobby Knight. So anyways, I'm all excited. Derek's coming home, and he hasn't been home in years. It's been years since he's been home. Yeah. And then him and Sarah have never met. This guy's the best man at the wedding. They never even met, these two.
Worlds are colliding.
Two most significant people in my life. I got to get them to meet. And then my parents, they miss Derek. It's a whole thing.
Sure.
My mother loves him more than she loves me. That's not even a joke. And so he's coming home. It's the prodigal son's returning. I'm coming back from the wars. Sarah's coming up, and it's all booked. It always feels like it's going to work out, and then something happens. But now we got it all. I can't wait. 4 days off. Big football games happening. Thanksgiving, boo-boo-boo. And then I get the email Tuesday night from one Mike Berkowitz, super agent.
Let me give the roster. Amy Schumer, Aziz Ansari, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, Kevin Hart, Russell Peters.
Boy, can you imagine how much money that guy has?
Oh, it's insanity.
10% of all of that money.
Yeah. Oh, I think John Mulaney as well.
That's insane.
Insane, yeah.
So I get an email from Big Burke, and he says, are you available Friday, Saturday, Sunday? And I'm all set to say, no, I'm not, good sir.
But wait a minute. You took 4 days off, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you have Sunday.
Sunday I have spots.
Okay.
But I have the days off.
Sure, okay.
But then I don't. I'm not available.
Right.
I got Derek coming in.
Yes.
I got the baby coming in.
Yes.
I got Sarah coming in.
Yes.
We're all going to fuck.
Yes.
So I'm so excited. I go, no, I'm not available. I open the email. It says, Louis is going to do shows in the Hamptons. Asked if you were able to open.
Louis! CK!
My hero!
The biggest comic! The best comic!
My idol!
Your hero!
This guy, I mean, you listen to the show, you're familiar.
Sure.
A couple episodes ago, we talked to the guy. I masturbated, I came in my own asshole.
Yeah, I watched. It was hot.
I love this guy. I mean, this guy he changed my whole life.
Of course. We've talked about him more than any other comedian.
Big influence, big inspiration. I mean, I love this guy. So now I'm going, fuck, and the money's not going to be too shabby. Hamptons.
Oh, I'd like to hear that later.
And technically, I am off. And so I'm just wrestling, and I got emotional there, Mark. I'm an emotional guy.
I got emotional when I heard about it.
And but I'm emotional because it's like, my buddy's home, and he's my best pal, and he hasn't been home like the old days. That's when we used to hang out at my parents' house, and they want to see him, and Uncle Dale's there, and we're all. And I'm like, I gotta say no. I just gotta say no. You can't do it. family first.
Oh,
you gotta have.
man.
You need this. I gotta refresh. I gotta charge.
I know, but you got to be struggling with this.
I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I call my mother. Listen to this. Classic. I call my mother. My dad answers.
Oh, that's not good.
He's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, I'm in this chat, and I'm about to go on stage. I'm at Gotham. I'm about to go on stage. I gotta go on, and I gotta email back quick because they'll just move on to the next guy.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? And my dad and I, we're not,
Yeah, you're not
chat.
No.
So he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I got to talk to my mother. I need my mother at this moment.
Yeah.
So I just end up bullshitting with my dad, and I'm like, all right, I'll talk to you. I got to try to call back and hope she answers. I hate this calling and somebody else answers.
Wait, you couldn't say, all right, we're done, and let me talk to old Mammy.
I didn't want to hurt his feelings.
I guess I get that.
So I just had to let it die out and be like, all right, well, see you later.
Oh, Jesus.
So I got no advice there. So I called Derek. He doesn't answer. He's out, whatever, picking daisies.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, he doesn't answer. I call Sarah. She's at a show. So I just email back on my own. I'm available.
Good.
I gotta go with the instinct.
Good for you.
You gotta do it.
Go with the gut.
Immediately I regret it. I'm like, what am I doing? I should have just said, yes, this is my dream. I'm not going to see him now. We'll never be together. He'll never meet my wife. I'm gay.
Yeah.
So then I go up to Thanksgiving. I'm just emotional. I take the bus up there, and I'm just wrestling the whole time. I'm like, should I have said yes? Should I have said no?
Wow.
I wish I said no.
Yeah.
Because I just want to be up there.
But don't you think Derek will understand?
Well, nobody's mad. That's the thing. And that's actually almost hurtful because nobody else cares.
Aha.
Nobody else has this feeling that I have. He's like, what are you talking about? I'll see you another time.
Oh,
Go
interesting.
do the shows.
Interesting.
He's like, I don't even understand.
Yeah.
We all have low self-esteem, I guess. I think the guy doesn't understand that somebody could care about him that much.
Interesting.
He's just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Open for Louis. I'll see you next time. My mother's like, yeah, who cares? It's Louis. Go open for him.
Yeah, because in your mind, this is the grand meeting
Yes.
of the minds here.
And Sarah, she's just like, what? She's like, go open for Louis. It's money. What are you talking about?
Well,
you gonna hang out?
I guess I could see that because you're the nucleus in this whole thing.
I'm the nuke.
Yeah, so Derek's probably like, yeah, I'll meet Sarah, but he's not over the moon about it.
Yeah.
And she's probably not, Sarah's not exactly I want to meet everybody kind of gal,
Right. They're under the moon is what you're saying.
Under the moon.
All right.
And then under the weather. But we'll get to that later.
Uh-oh, teaser. So, well, that was a big tease.
Sorry.
So no, I like it. I like a tease.
Okay.
So then I go, okay, so we go up for Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving morning, Sarah gets sick. She's got a little tummy issue.
Tum-tum.
She's nauseous. She's thrown up in a bucket, and I'll tell you, I was a hell of a husband. I really swooped in.
You're a swooper.
Yeah, I swooped in. I cleaned the bucket. I'm washing it out, and, I'm dumping it in the woods, and
Wow.
I'm wiping her mouth off, and I got my hand in her asshole. And,
That's love.
yeah, I'm giving her pills. I'm crushing up the Tylenol. And I'm giving her ginger ale and soup, and really
Yeah.
a lot of back rubbing going on. I'm cleaning the
good.
toilet. Yeah, it felt good. So she's a little sick, under the weather. But the night before, we had Wendy's. So we're like, she must have got food poisoning. The old food poison.
Now, what's she ordering? Is she a filet-o-fish weirdo?
I think, no, she's filet of fish weirdo. That hurts my feelings.
I'm asking. Some people are fillets. They're closeted fillets.
Filet at Wendy's? You got to be kidding.
I don't even know if they have that.
They got marry a pig that eats fish at Wendy's.
I hope not.
So she gets a chicken sandwich or something, but it tastes fine. It's good.
Okay.
So then, yada, 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 she's sick. The end of the night, she has a big yak, a big blah, gets it out.
Got it out.
And we're like, it's all over. She feels great. After that, we eat cookies, we have sex. I eat her out, the
Great.
whole thing.
In that order.
And then, so we're fine. Now it's Friday. Now we got to go down to the Hamptons. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I got to go, all right, I'll see you later. But now I'm like, once I get in the car and start driving, I'll feel good.
Yes.
So this part, I didn't even tell you about this part
Oh,
there.
boy, here we go.
Pumpkin patch.
Please lay it on me there.
So we go to rent a car. I can't rent a car. We've discussed this before. I have no credit. I had, medical bills years
Yes.
ago. Never paid them.
Yes.
Once again, just no credit. So I can't rent. But Sarah can. She's got good credit.
Good for her.
We go to rent the car. We got a boogie now because we're driving to the Hamptons. We got to take the ferry. We got tickets to the 4:00 ferry. Renting a car at 1 p.m. in my hometown of Whitman, Massachusetts. We go in there, and Sarah goes, here you go. I'd like to rent a car. And she goes, well, you can't rent with a debit with an out-of-state license. She's got a New York license. And we go, all right.
That's a new one.
Well, here's my credit card then. That is a new one. So she goes, here's my credit card. And the woman goes, yep, been declined.
Oh.
Can't take it. Because what happened was, Sarah is close to her max, so she doesn't want to use her credit card. They sent her an updated credit card. You know how they send you a new one? And you got to call the hotline. Activate it.
Yeah.
But she never activated. She just left it on her desk because she's trying to not use her credit card. So the card is sitting on her desk at home, needs to be activated.
Shit.
Now I'm freaking out because we got a ferry. I'm open for fucking Louis.
Oh, my God.
300 miles away.
Wow.
In like 7 hours.
Oh, my God.
And
This is so tense.
I'm like, you got to give me a car. I need a car. She's like, no debit, no credit, whatever. So we call her roommate. I'm like, you got to call the roommate. She calls the roommates. He's at work. She's at work. It's Friday after Thanksgiving.
Jesus.
They're all working. So we're like, we can't get a car. I call my mother. I'm like, you got to come pick us up. Fuck me. We're dead.
Right.
So we get there. She's got 4 kids. She just throws them in. She's in line at the grocery store, leaves the cart in the line.
Boy, that's a good mom.
Tosses the kids. We jump on. Now, she didn't expect to pick us up. So the kids are all piled on top. We're sitting in the trunk. There's kids everywhere.
Wow.
There's a baby foot in the exhaust pipe. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Clown car. So we go back. I'm like, we got to come up with a plan here. I'm like, I got to borrow your car. My mother's she's leased her car. They only have 1 car between the 2 of them. It's on the lease. You can only have a certain amount of miles. My dad's like, fuck you. You're not taking the car.
Oh, your poor family.
And I'm like, what about Chip, my brother-in-law? I'm like, we'll take his car.
Yes, Chip.
My mother's like, I'm not asking Chip. It's weird. It's not, it's not. If it was my sister's car, I would take it. So I'm like, I have to leave.
Yeah.
Now.
Right.
I got to go.
Oh, boy. I'm excited.
So I say to Sarah, I'm like, you got to call the bank and get them to let your card work. And she's like, they said that wasn't an option. I'm like, please just call the bank.
Call the bank.
Get them to reopen the other card.
Yes.
So she's on the phone for about a half hour. I'm arguing with my mother and father like a manager and an umpire.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need a card. Right. And then my dad's like, I'll drive you to the ferry. And I'm like, that doesn't do us any good.
Why no ferry?
Because the ferry's still 2-hour ride. We'll just be dropped off on one side of Long Island.
Oh.
What are we going to do? Just fucking take a 2-hour cab?
Right.
Then we're stuck out there?
Yeah.
So Sarah comes out like 20 minutes later. She's like, I did it. I got it. The bank, they switched the card.
All right.
And I was like, I told you to switch the card.
She did it.
She did it. She got the bank thing. So we go back there. We're like, take this guy. It's a different guy. This guy was much more pleasant.
Oh, different guy.
Yeah, the woman was a bit of a fat C.
If
you don't mind me saying.
Fat coos.
Yeah, an FC.
Interesting. FC Cola.
UFC, Ultimate Fat Cunt.
That's a great fucking show I'd watch.
So anyway,
Just 2 fat cunts going at it at Walgreens.
So this is the nice guy. Also African American. We should, if we're gonna paint pictures, you should always paint pictures.
Good and bad.
Yes, very sweet guy, and he was really helpful. He gave us the car, so we get it's a little piece of shit. What was it?
Hyundai?
No, it was one I've never ridden before. A Fiat.
A Fiat. Oh, those are little.
Yeah, it was a little guy. We had to wind it up every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we jump in the Fiat. Now we're off. We got the car, and we're going, hey, let's get down there. The ferry, the whole thing. So we get down to New London, Connecticut.
Ooh.
Jump on the old ferry, which is this almost fucked us too. This is funny. So you get there early, you park, and you're waiting to get on the ferry. And I'm like, what time does they load? They're like 3:40. So it's like 3:15. I'm like, all right, we'll walk around town. We'll get a coffee.
Yeah.
So we come back to like 3:40 at the earliest. So I'm like, okay. So it's 3:35. We're walking back. They're loading the fucking boat.
Oh.
My car's just sitting there with the only car. People are honking on the horn.
Oh.
So we run across with like bags. We went shopping and shit. We got our coffee in our bags. We're like,
Yeah.
So we had to like run back in. We just throw our bags in the boat. We dive in the car. Everyone's like, what the fuck? Who are these assholes? I'm like, they told us 3:40.
Yeah.
So we almost missed the boat.
Jesus
These
Christ. With the Fiat on the boat.
Yes.
I love a car on a boat.
So many cars on the boat.
That's fun.
Big boat, car on the boat, the whole thing.
Your car they probably just picked up and threw right on there.
Oh, yeah. It's a little micro machine.
There you go.
I always liked that guy.
The fast talking.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was fun.
He really found his calling with that commercial.
He did. And then his calling, they ended the call. They hung up, and then he was dead.
He's got to be dead.
I assume. Him and Laura Doran, I heard, were fucking for a while.
Yeah, after Ben Harper, they picked it up.
Yeah, look that up. Is Micro Machine...
Micro Machine guy. I bet he was Jewish. I'm going on a limb.
Wonder how big his dick is.
Well,
he seemed Jewish. Maybe Greek.
Probably a
Italian.
micro dick.
Might be Italian. Italians talk fast.
Oh, it might be
sometimes.
Italian.
He had dark hair, if I remember.
He had a stash, too.
I got a pencil or a splinter in my toe right now.
Oh, you got to wash your feet.
No, he's alive, 61 years old.
61.
Oh, Jew?
Doesn't say.
What's his last name?
Last name? Is it a bomb, a witz, a man?
John Machida Jr.
Machida.
Machida.
That sounds Italian or Russian.
I thought
or
it was
something.
Asian.
Maybe it's Russian.
Makita.
Machida. Qdoba. So anyways, we get on the boat in the Micro Machine, and then now I'm feeling good, because now we're on the ferry.
Woo!
We're going now, and I go up top. It's freezing.
Yeah.
It's 4 o'clock, so the sun starts setting.
Oh, boy.
Now up there, Sarah's too cold. She's like, I got to go inside. I'm like, I'm staying out here. This is a moment. So now I'm standing on the deck. I'm on a ferry. The sun is setting into the Long Island Sound. I'm on my way to open for Louis. And now I have that moment where I'm like, I've got everything worked out.
Yes.
I should have said no. I'm doing the right thing.
Yes.
I'll see them all another day, another time.
What a moment.
This is my hero. I'm on the boat. The wind's blowing through my hair.
Yes.
I Instagram some pictures. The sun's setting. I'm thinking about Forrest Gump.
You're the king of the world.
Big old boner. And we get there. We arrive. I think I'm in the clear.
Oh, God.
We get there. I plug in the directions. How do you get there? It says 4 hours and 19 minutes.
Oh, my
and I'm
Lord.
Going, I'm freaking out. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, Sarah, plug this into your phone. 4 hours. And her phone's not working. It died. She's like, my phone doesn't work.
She called the bank.
So now we arrive there at 5:30. It says 4 hours and 13 minutes. I'm like, we can get there right at showtime. Show's at 9:30.
Oh, show's at 9:30.
9:30 show. So I'm like, now we have to fly just to get there.
Thank God it's on at 8 o'clock.
Right, exactly. But little asterisk thing. My phone was all wacky. It thought I was in fucking Maine or something. Finally, it turns around and says 1 hour and 19 minutes. So I'm like, whoo.
What is this shit going on here?
It's crazy. It's a crazy weekend. Crazy moon.
Yes.
So finally, we go, all right, great. So we cruise in. We get ourselves a nice hotel.
Woo.
We check in. We have a little anal sex.
Yeah.
She fucks me in the ass with a bar of ivory.
Woo, sharp corners.
And I'm bleeding everywhere. So we make love. We go down there. Now it's time for the show. I walk up. It's this beautiful old little house, the Guild Hall in East Hampton. And the Hamptons are beautiful.
Of sure.
The richest neighborhood of all the neighborhoods in the whole country.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
How about that?
You got all the Billy Joel, Alec Baldwin, Boobily Boo.
Jack Nicholson, Lorne Michaels.
All those guys.
Yeah. Can I just say this?
Yes.
I'm chiming.
Yes, chime.
I don't want to. The story's got everything. God damn it. I'm almost done my popcorn. But you took a photo on the ferry of the sunset.
Yeah.
Now I'm sitting in New Orleans jerking off with my family, and I just look through Instagram periodically, and I see that photo.
Yeah.
And so I just sit there and I go, what the fuck is Liz doing on a Long Island ferry?
Yeah.
But I'm too scared. This is where I'm at in my life. One of my good buddies, I'm too scared to text you and go, what the hell are you doing on the ferry? So I don't want to bug you. So I don't text. So I just have this fucking fantasy life that I put together in my head of what you're doing on the ferry, and I had no idea it was this.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was so emotional and down in the dumps about this whole decision. It just felt wrong and weird and gay. I just missed my family. I'm like, what am I? I'm making a deal with the devil here. So I was all churned up inside.
Yes.
My stomach was in knots, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I was dying about it. So I was like, what am I doing with my life? I'm going here to open. I should be with my family like a good man.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, so we get to the hotel. We go down to the venue for the show, and I show up, and there's an old man. The people are lined up around the corner, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so I go in the back, and there's like an old guy back there. I go, excuse me, sir, do you work here? And he goes, I do. And I go, well, my name is Joe, and I'm the opener on the show, and this is my fiancée, Sarah. And he's like, oh, okay. So he walks me in the back, and there's a whole crew there, the staff, the stage manager. They go, who are you? And I go, I'm Joe. I'm Louis' opener. And they go, nah, I don't think so. No opener.
They always do that.
Yeah, it's like, we don't know any opener. What are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm the opener. And they're like, we never heard of you. This is news to us. And I'm like, well, I promise. And some guy's like, do you have any confirmation of that?
Uh-huh.
So they don't even know I'm supposed to be there.
Right.
So I feel like unwanted and weird. And then I'm like, maybe someone's pranking me. What if they're fucking with me?
No, this is pretty common.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. So I'm just standing there hoping Louis shows up. And then the minutes are going by, no Louis. Now it's 10 o'clock. They're like, well, how do you feel about going on if Louis not here? We don't know anything about comedy.
Bring it on.
And so I'm like, well, I can go on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think he'll be here. And they're like, do you know him? Are you friends with him? I'm like, I don't really know him too well, but I'm like, he's worth fucking $30 million. I think he's going to not miss a show. I think he tends to make the show.
He set it up.
He's usually at the show.
Yeah, right.
And so then they're like, okay, well, we're nervous, we're worried. And I'm like, I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can do an hour if something happens.
Yeah,
we'll
baby.
be fine. So they're like, okay. So no Louis. And I go, just make sure. I was like, at 25, when I wrap up, I'm going to look over. Flash your flashlight. That means he's there.
Sure.
I'm like, okay, flashlight means he's here. So I'm
Thank
like,
God
great.
you're saving the show.
I'm
They're giving
running
you
the
shit.
show.
Why are they
Yes.
giving you shit? You're helping them out.
They're knuckleheads.
Yeah.
So I go on, and nice crowd. I do the show, a couple sets, boo, boo, boo. And finally I do my 20, I'm fast forwarding here, do about 25 minutes, have a good set, good laughs, good crowd. And then I'm like, okay, that's all for me, everybody. And the crowd starts going crazy. And I look over, and there's Louis standing there. So exciting. And the guy's giving me the phone.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
funny because he's standing next to Louis.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't need the phone. I can see that he's here.
Yeah.
So I bring out Louis, and...
How's the intro? Give me some intro.
Well, I didn't talk to him before, so I just said, all right, everybody, you guys ready for your headliner? I didn't even say that. I was like, all right, thank you, everybody. I'm Joe List.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, now welcome the man you're here to see, ladies and gentlemen, Louis C.K. You know, like that, and they go crazy.
Oh, wow.
And then he comes out, he did a great bit about it. He's like, yeah, you guys lower your expectations. You paid $10. And he's like, good rule of thumb, if there's an entertainer that normally gets $50 to $75 a show, don't go to the $10 show. He's like, it's going to suck.
Right.
He does that bit for about 10 minutes, and slowly people stop laughing, and he's like, all right, now I'm just bumming you out, sorry. And he goes into the act, and the stuff is great. You've seen all the stuff in the cellar.
Killer.
Yeah, and there's a few new things in there. The crowd was not great, by the way.
That's what I hear.
So anyways, I got to get to all the goods. Sorry, I'm taking up too much time.
No, this is killer.
So he comes off stage, and then he came and grabbed me, which was nice. He walked past, and he's like, Joe, come here.
Wow.
And so we go in the back, and I missed a huge part. Fuck, I missed a huge part.
We can rewind.
Rewind. Sorry, everybody.
Rewinding. Oh, we going all the way back to the Ivory? Where are we going?
No. So Sarah and I, we're waiting for Louis to show up. Nobody knows whether the opener. So we're just standing there. I don't want to take his green room, so I'm just standing there at like the side of the stage. And all of a sudden, I hear this voice go, "Are you waiting for the bathroom?" And I look over. Lorne Michaels!
Oh, come
Lorne
on!
Michaels.
How about that?
He asked Sarah and I, we're in the bathroom. He's like, you waiting for this bathroom? We're like, no. And here's what's crazy. I didn't even recognize him by face, because now he just looks like an old man.
Yeah.
Like Lorne Michaels, to me, is like the Beatles check.
Right.
Lorne Michaels.
Right.
I just heard Dr. Evil.
Yes.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's
I just
wild.
recognized the voice of Dr. Evil. I'm like, I know this guy.
Wow. He's definitely a Jew.
Yes. Canadian Jew.
Canadian Jew.
I think those are rare.
I think Toronto.
I don't know.
Google it. I think he's dated Laura Dern. But yeah, so
it's Lorne Michaels, and I'm looking at Sarah like, this is crazy. And he goes and sits in the audience.
wow.
Lorne's in the audience for the show, which is crazy.
That's wild.
Because there's at least one part of you that's like, you're great. I got to hire you. Whatever.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
The worst impression ever.
You're human.
After the show, though, he didn't do that. He just went, and just smiled and shook my hand.
Yeah. Did he have a mean grip?
No, just a regular grip.
When I met him, he really bear pawed me there.
No, it wasn't forgettable grip.
Okay.
Just a whatever grip to me.
All right. He had a mitt on him.
But Louis asked me in the back, and we just chatted with the crowd and stuff. It was really cool. We were talking like equals.
Yes.
It was really cool. So
Wow.
then we do that. Nice night. And then he's like, what are you doing tomorrow? We're like, nothing. Probably go see some sights. He's like, you should go to Sag Harbor. It's beautiful. Go up to Sag. And I'm like, great. He's like, there's a walkway or whatever you call it, boardwalk, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And we go, great. That sounds great. Sarah and I go back to the room. We watch the documentary of the 60s on CNN. Fascinating.
Ooh.
Boy, I'll tell you, those blacks get a real bad deal.
They got fucked over back then, yeah.
Boy, you watch that stuff from the 60s.
Those race riots and the dogs. They put the dogs on
The
them.
60s. That's our parents' lifetime.
And the hoses.
Oh, the hoses and the dogs. And
Yeah.
then the white people, too, that were marching with them. Just
Yeah.
getting the shit beat. Fucking horrible. Anyways,
Yeah.
we watched that, fell asleep, had a nice, good snooze. Next morning, we wake up and we go walking around the Hamptons. We're like, let's go get a tea and a coffee. We're walking around. We're holding hands. And I go, what time is it exactly? I go to check my phone. Text message. Hey, Joe, I'm taking the boat out today. Wondering if you and your fiance want to go out for a little roll in the hay.
Aha.
It's Louis.
Oh, I know it's Louis.
How do you know it's Louis?
You know how I know? Because he texted me to get your number.
What?
Yeah, crazy. Fun
What's the text?
I wake up, I don't know, 11 a.m. What day was that? Friday? Saturday. I wake up, I'm at home, I'm hungover. I wake up and it's, random number. I'm not going to give it out. And it said, hey, Mark, it's Louis C.K. Can I get Joe List's number? And to wake up, your brain is swirling. You're like, weird number. It says it's Louis. He wants to talk to Joe, my friend. How? What? Huh? I couldn't put it together. So I was like, oh, my God. So I write back, here it is. I hope you're actually Louis C.K. And he goes, well, he writes back. He says, well, if it wasn't, what's the worst that could happen? And then I wrote, ISIS? ?
Beautiful.
And then he wrote, yeah, Joe's a real big target.
Yeah, not
Or
bad.
he's their next target. And that was it.
Wow.
And so now he's texting you.
So he texts me and says, hey, we're going out on the boat. He's like, I'm going to be at Sag Harbor in 35 minutes. And I said, we'll be there. We're on our way. So, of course, we go way early,
Yeah,
I'm like,
of
this is
course.
crazy.
Yeah.
I go on the boat with Louis. And then Sarah, she wasn't giving it to me. She was just like, great.
Come on.
I wanted to be like, wah! And take her tits out and hit me in the face with her nipples.
That's what and again, I'm sitting in a bedroom in the West Village fantasizing. What the hell's Joe doing with Louis? He's on a boat. Because I don't know anything. I'm like, you're on a boat? You're on Long Island? Louis? What? I I'm trying to put the pieces together.
It was real cuckoo bird. It was crazy.
Oh, it's kook.
So we drive to Sag Harbor, and I'm busting there, Mark. I'm really excited because I love a boat. I'm a boat guy.
You love a boat. You love a Louie.
By the way, it's you might be thinking Thanksgiving. Wasn't it a little nippy? About 48 degrees, folks. But this is Louie, and he plays by his own set of tools.
Yeah, he does.
That's not a saying. So he comes out, and he's got the yacht. We've seen comedians in cars getting coffee. He's driving the yacht around. So I'm like,
Right.
he's going to be a big yacht. This is crazy. So then he texts and he goes, hey, I'm pulling up to the pier right now. And I'm like, boy, we must have the wrong pier because all I see is this one piece of shit boat.
Uh-oh.
And then it gets closer, and there's old Louie waving.
Aha.
He's got his fuck-around boat. No yacht. I was all excited about the yacht. But he picks us up, and boy, is it exciting. I mean, this guy's the best guy I've ever met in my life.
Oh, yeah.
New best man. Derek's out.
Derek's out.
You're out. He's in.
How rich you have to be to have a lesser boat? This is my
Yeah.
shitty boat.
So we jump on the boat, and we're the only ones in the water. I mean, it is like glass. The water is just so smooth.
Yeah.
Literally, you know how you say we're the only ones in the water, but there's like 20? Literally, nobody's on the water.
Right.
It's so crazy. He puts the pedal down. We're just rocking. It starts raining. The rain's hitting us. Sarah's freezing. She's got blankets. We got our hats on, and he's wearing like a World War II helmet. Plain
Is
hat,
that right?
one of those hats with the flaps.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got the flap hat?
A flap hat.
Oh, my God.
Or maybe more like a hunter, like with the flaps.
With the
and
ears.
Yeah,
Over
the ear
ears.
flaps.
Yeah.
And it's buttoned underneath.
Whoa, he buttoned it.
It's adorable. Yeah, and he's got his glasses. And boy, it was fun. So we go cooking around in the boat. I think after a few minutes, he's like, boy, this is too cold and it's raining.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, have you guys eaten? We said, no. And he's like, well, what do you want to do? We're like, well, I don't know. And he's like, how about I take you to my house, make you lunch?
Oh, my. What is it, about noon?
About noon.
Oh, my God. Lunch.
I said, I'd love that.
Lunch with Louie.
So we take the boat over to his place. Beautiful house, beautiful thing. Takes us in that. Then there's the yacht sitting outside there. Just
there it
beautiful,
is.
beautiful. So we go into the house and he makes us sandwiches.
Oh.
Like a dad.
Man, now, let me ask, turkey, wheat bread, lettuce, tomato.
Turkey, burger buns,
Burger buns.
seeded bun, and he puts them in the toaster. Toasts them up.
Oh, what a gentleman.
Couple pieces of turkey, cheese, tomato. Then he puts mayo. This is a fun laugh. He puts mayo on, and he goes, mustard, you guys like mustard? I'm like, I actually hate it. I appreciate you asking. He's like, well, mustard, you got to ask. He goes, but mayo, I'm not fucking asking. He's like, you're taking mayo, which was fun. So and then he cuts them up diagonally.
Yeah.
He's like, here you go, kid. Puts a pickle on there.
How do you cut a round thing diagonally?
Maybe it wasn't diagonally.
Oh, boy.
You caught me.
All right, I'm just going physics.
I think the plate was facing diagonally.
the plate was square.
Yeah.
All right.
It was like diagonal, like a no smoking sign.
Okay.
That's diagonal.
All right. So we cut it from the side?
Well, I think if you moved the plate, it would no longer be diagonal. But
All right,
the
who
plate
cares?
was positioned in such a way that it looked diagonal.
I'm nitpick.
Ah, jeez. Well, you caught me. None of this ever happened. So he gives us the
It
sandwiches.
was actually Dom Herrera the whole time.
We sit down and, boy, we just chuckle it up. We yuck it up. We have sandwiches. And then he's like, boy, I've been watching a lot of stand-up lately, getting myself in the mood. And he's like, we start talking about Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy. He's like, come on out here. Let me show you something. He pulls down a big screen, one of those big, the screen.
Yeah.
And we start watching Richard Pryor videos.
Wow.
Sitting in Louis C.K.'s living room, watching old Richard Pryor, me and Sarah and Louis.
This is unbelievable.
And we're pausing, we're breaking down bits, we're laughing it up, we're talking Pryor, we're talking shop, we're talking Cosby.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Couple hours pass, and he goes, all right, well, we got to wrap it up here. Like, let me take you back. He's like, should we take the boat or should I drive you? I'm like, well, I don't mind the boat. It's raining a little bit, but he's like, let's take the boat. It's much quicker.
I love it.
We jump back on the boat. He shoots us across the harbor there, drops us off, says, we'll see you later. I go, you got it. You bet I'll see you in a couple hours. Big show tonight.
Yeah.
So we get off the boat, and we're like, oh, my God, that was crazy. What a guy. He makes us sandwiches. We're talking comedy. We're on the boat. We're at the house. This is amazing. All from jokes, by the way.
Unreal.
Big house and a boat. It's all jokes.
Jokes. Well, can I ask, this is a dumb question. Is there any part of you that feels like a fucking cool guy because you're bringing your lady around like, hey, Sarah, look what I'm capable of. You're going to marry this guy. I'm at the best comic in the world's house because I'm funny. Pretty good.
I didn't think of it until just now, but yeah, that is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty pimp.
Pretty pimp, pretty badass. Hey, little lady, look what I'm showing you.
Pretty boss.
You wouldn't be here without me.
It was, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, she's nothing to sneeze at, funny gal, but she didn't get the call.
Right. I got the call.
You got the call.
But he was very sweet, too. We all talked comedy, and we each told our story about coming up. It was really, really something.
That's great.
Because after a while, it's just 3 comics hanging out.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You have that thing. It's just 3 comics talking comedy.
He told you how he came up?
Yeah, we talked all kinds of things.
Wow.
Coming up, coming over, the whole thing. Coming out. He's
Coming
gay,
out,
you know.
yeah. Coming on my chest.
So anyway, we go, see you later. He rides off in the boat into the sun. I'm just watching him disappear because I can't stop looking. I'm like, that was crazy, you know?
Yeah, of course.
What a magical time in my life. Thank God I fucking said no to old Derek, that fag.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
Best
I
man.
Ruined a great episode. by saying
No,
the
we're
F
still
word.
cooking.
I'm kidding.
We're
Jeez.
joking,
That
people.
word. It's a bad word.
It's a bad word. It's a bad time.
I feel terrible. Anyway, so we get back, and then we walk around Sag Harbor a little bit. That's where he drops us. Beautiful town. And now I'm feeling a little bit queasy. And I'm like, but you know what? All I had was a tiny sandwich. I had a big tea, a lot of caffeine. This place had tea.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. So I had a lot of tea. I was like, I had a lot of caffeine. I haven't really eaten. I'm like, I better get something in my stomach. I got to eat. I feel a little off.
Uh-huh.
A little quease. So we go back, and we go to this Italian joint, and I order up a little pasta. And I'm like, boy, I just think I just got to eat something because I feel off, feel not good.
Yeah.
And Sarah goes, boy, I hope you don't have what I had. And that's when it hits me. I go, no! I just
Yeah.
realized, I'm like, fuck, I hadn't even considered that. Because
Yeah.
I forgot because so much had happened. So we go back to the hotel. I have about 3 bites of pasta. Immediately, I go into the bathroom. My asshole fucking erupts.
Yeah.
All of my organs ejected. My liver,
Right.
my pancreas, all the other stuff. I have
boy.
diarrhea. And I'm like, hopefully that was a one-off deal. 10 minutes later, I'm back in there. Diarrhea. 8 minutes later, it's 3 hours till showtime. Half hour later, I'm shitting everywhere. Diarrhea.
Yeah.
I'm taking pills. I'm rubbing my feet. I'm doing a handstand. I go,
Yeah.
I got it. I got what you have. There's
Yeah.
no question about it.
Oh.
So it gets around 9 o'clock. I text Louis. I go, hey, I don't want to bother you with this. I'm so sorry. I was like, but I might have to do short time. I'm shitting my pants every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he writes back, oh, no. He's like, man, if you're sick, don't come. He's like, it's fine.
It's the hardest text
And I'm
ever.
like, no, I can do it. Let me just see how I'm feeling in a half hour. So I'm like, I'll get right back to you. 9:30. I'm like 9:35. I told him I'd get back to him in a half hour. I go in the bathroom. Now it starts coming the other way. I'm just throwing up the
wow.
most violent vomit of my life. Can't even describe it.
The story's
It's
got
like,
everything.
Now I'm talking like that. And Sarah's
God.
like, what the fuck is going on in there? I'm shitting and I'm in the shower just shitting
Yeah.
and puking at the same time.
Oh, my God.
Bile. It's
wow.
all bile from both ends. Yellow, mud, cakes. There's Lego kids in there.
It's bile, but it's the color of dial.
Yes, that's right.
Ah.
That's how they got the name.
Ah.
I mean, it is horrible. So I call him like, Louis, listen, he's driving the truck. I can hear the truck moving, like the wind is blowing his hair.
Oh,
And
man.
I'm like, I can't do it. There's no way. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm dying. He's like, and he's so sweet. He's like, don't worry about it. He's like, you'll still get paid. He's like, I can handle it.
Oh.
And he's like, have your girlfriend, have her go get Pedialyte
Uh-huh.
and water. He's like, this is going to last about 12 hours. He's like, you got a stomach flu. At first he was like, I hope I didn't give it to you.
Yeah.
Because the turkey or whatever. I was like, no, it's not you. It's me. At one point, so I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. So now I'm crying. I'm like, this is tragic. I'm missing the Louis show.
The comedy gods.
Never missed a show in my life. So then at one point I throw up. Listen to this nugget, this little noodle, if you will.
Please.
I'm throwing up, and then afterwards I still have like a little excess. I can feel it. I blow my nose. Buckle up, folks. Pause. If you don't if you got a weak tummy, I blow my nose. A full ziti comes out.
Oh, a full zeet.
A full ziti.
Thank God it wasn't a ravioli.
Hey.
All right.
Or a bow tie.
Thank you.
A full ziti came out of my nostril.
Oh.
I swear to God, folks.
Man. Which one is a ziti?
That's like the one with the pointy thing. It's thin tube.
That's a tube.
It's a little tube. So it fits perfectly in the nostril.
I guess so.
Yeah, but it came out. I'm puking. I'm shitting the whole thing.
Wow.
And I feel so bad. I'm missing the show. Of
course.
Right now, down the street, it's Louis. Not to mention, I feel like I'm going to die. I'm really, I can't even describe how sick I was. Then I get a text from Louis around 10:07, 10:10. He goes, Dave, don't worry, pal. You're off the hook. I got a different opener. Jerry Seinfeld is on stage.
Oh.
Seinfeld!
Come on, you would have been hanging out in that green room.
Me and Jerry and Louis.
You're in. You
Jerry
were in.
Lewis.
Oh, can I just ask this?
Yes.
If you would have showed up, would you have done time or would you have gotten bumped by Jerry?
I think I would have done time and brought him out. That's what I imagine.
Brought Jerry out.
Yeah. I imagine it would have been me, Jerry, and Louie.
Wow.
Either way, I'm meeting Jerry. I'm rubbing elbows.
You're rubbing elbows. I work out.
Seinfeld.
Oh my God! Yes.
Seinfeld!
You would have definitely brought him out because he doesn't want to open. He doesn't want to cold open.
Of course not.
Oh wow!
Can you imagine the crowd reaction if I'm out there going, "Hey, before Louis comes out, a good buddy of his comes, lives in the neighborhood, Jerry Seinfeld."
Wow, Louis would have definitely had a struggle after that.
Oh my word! I wanted to kill myself.
He's the king of Long Island, Seinfeld.
Unbelievable. And Alan Alda was in the audience as
And
well.
Alan Alda.
Alan Alda and the Bush women. Alan Alda, Jerry Seinfeld, Louis C.K., and Joe List, but it wasn't to be.
Wow.
Instead, I was throwing up violently, crying the whole nine. Horrible.
What time? You never had this bug in your life. This is the time you get it.
Unbelievable. But here's what I will say. This is what I'm grateful for. I'm glad it happened then, and I missed the show and not the boat and the house.
Because the boat's the real bonding.
Yes, I got sick immediately after, right when we got off the boat. That's when it hit me. So at least I had that.
It's like your body said, give him another 10. Another 10 minutes.
Yes. So I got that, and that was an incredible experience. I opened for him the first night.
Sure.
And I was like, I don't want to sound like a douche. I didn't say douche, but the word I actually used, I already used, and I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, I'm like, this is a big deal to me to open for you. I'm like, it means so much to me to work with you.
You said that.
I said that.
I like it.
I was emotional and sick.
Hey, I get it, buddy.
And he's like, hey, listen, don't worry. He's like, we'll do it again. So I'm hoping I get another chance.
I think you will.
I'm hoping, if he doesn't get sick himself.
Nah, he's fine.
That's what I'm praying for. But, boy, sweet guy and thoughtful, but missed the show.
Where legends cry.